Hello, sweet souls, and welcome back to Goddess of Bliss Tarot. As always, I'm so happy and grateful to have you guys back. And for those of you who are new to the channel, hi, welcome. Welcome to the tribe. Okay, guys, so today I have a feeling is going to be a really big reading. I haven't started yet. I'm filming the intro before we get into everything, but it feels like big, important, very, very heavy, like heavily important. Not heavy in a bad way, just like heavily important. Now, I'm seeing this for a couple different reasons. For one, it's just the basic premise of this video, which is the fact that it is about the spring equinox. The spring equinox only happens, an equinox only happens twice a year. It's an actual astronomical event when the sun sits directly over the equator, and then both hemispheres end up sharing the sun's rays equally. So night and day end up being around the same length, around 12 hours each. So our ancestors, they recognized how special and how rare and how big on a planetary scale something like this is, and so they honored it accordingly. Now, I apologize for those of you who are in the southern hemisphere, because I know that for you, this coming March 20th, 21st, I think it's the 20th, it's actually going to be your autumn equinox. But stick around. If you felt drawn to this video, if you selected this video, then there are messages in here for you. So we have this huge, massive astronomical shift that is happening for us, that the entire planet is going to feel, be it as spring or as autumn. Okay, it's an entire shift that is happening, and thus it is a massive turning point for all of us. Now, our ancestors, they loved to honor this time and to really harness the potential and the energies that came along with this time. What kind of energies are we talking about? Well, spring represents fertility, new life, balance, possibility, and like what can be planted. And that can be in the 3D, but for us in this community, in this tribe, we're most importantly going to be looking at what seeds of intention can be planted so that our manifestations can come true. What new fresh starts are on the way to us? What is this new huge planetary shift releasing for us, or at least giving us the opportunity to release? And what is it bringing in the place of those things that we have spring cleaned? I personally, and this is the second reason why this video feels so big, is because of my own personal connection with spring. I adore spring. It is just by far my most favorite season. I love the perspective of things getting warmer. Like, for example, as our temperature, where I am, as our temperature rises into numbers that were freezing cold, considered freezing cold in the fall, those exact same temperatures we are experiencing or coming into experiencing now, and they feel amazing. They feel warm, and I think that that's really beautiful, that spring allows us to experience the exact same thing, but from such a more positive perspective. Spring symbolizes positivity for me, and it's just beautiful. It's just magical. Like, you get to see plants budding, the winds get softer, the sun sets later, there's earlier sunrises, the days just feel better, at least in my perspective. And I just feel like it's such a magical and potent time. There are certain places around where I live where if you walk outside, it smells like flowers. It just smells gorgeous. It smells like flowers. Like, what? So the fact that I am your tarot reader and I feel so strongly connected to it, and you guys selected this video, this is big, you guys, and I don't know why, but we're going to find out why. And I'm really, really looking forward to it. Another reason why this feels like a very important honestly sounds like an understatement. I wish I could think of a better word, but another reason why this is so important. This video I have been trying to film for the last, week and a half, 2 weeks? I want to say 2 weeks. But I haven't been able to. I fell behind in my filming schedule because I just couldn't do it. Every time I sat down, I was just like, nope, I can't do it. Like there was something blocking me. And I feel like that is because, and at first, I, of course, naturally, I'm very hard on myself, so I was beating myself up about it, because this video is going to end up coming out a little bit later for you guys, which I hate. I hate doing that. I like being consistent and reliable for you guys. But this is a spiritual channel, and so as much as we would like for everything to go according to plan, as we are all well aware, Spirit generally has another plan. And I feel very strongly now, as I'm finally sitting down to film, that I needed to be closer to the energy of the spring equinox. So the fact that I'm filming this about a week and a half away from the spring equinox is really going to help us tap into the energy that much better, that much more clearly, and it feels right. So I know that we're doing things right, it feels right, so we are going to be getting some pretty cool answers. As you guys saw it in the title, we are going to be looking at specifically what new beginnings and blessings this spring equinox is going to bring in for you. Oh, I'm so ready. I'm so ready. And of course, we are also going to look at what things that are ready to be released. What energetic anchors are in need of some spring cleaning, so that we can just feel that fresh relief of just, okay, it's done, it's gone. Now let's really just focus on the beautiful fresh beginnings that are on the way to us. For those of you who like to select with crystals, I have crystals selected for each pile, but I'll pull those out in a sec. For now, let's all close our eyes and take that nice, deep, cleansing, fresh breath. And release. Just finally, just giving ourselves a second in our day. And when you're feeling calm, when you're feeling centered, maybe even feeling a little relieved that you're finally just taking a second to yourself, I feel that quite strongly for a lot of you. Soften your gaze or open your eyes, and whichever pile calls out to you the most is going to be your pile with your messages. This is pile number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, for those of you who like to select with crystals, let me grab those. So this is pile number 1. Pile number 2 was a very indecisive, I guess you could say, as far as which crystal wanted to come out for it. So we actually have 2 crystals for pile number 2. This, I always mess up how to say it, labradorite. It's a very magical crystal, and some rose quartz. Number 3, my little baby ammonite. I love that piece. And pile number 4 is fluorite. All right, beautiful humans. I'm very excited to see what's in store for us. When you're ready, I will see you guys in your piles. Bye. Hello, sweet humans, beautiful souls who selected pile number 1. Welcome to your guys' reading. This is the card you guys selected. Now, I just have to say truth and possibility, okay? Right off the bat, truth and possibility. Hang on. I have so many decks set up. I barely have any room for them on my desk. Let me just move that over there. As soon as I tapped into your energy, oh my goodness, it's invigorating. It's exciting. You guys have so many options and possibilities coming for you. I also see a lot of fun, a lot of entertainment, and as far as truth goes, a lot of inner truth. Like, with each new opportunity, I see you really beginning to, be it intentionally or indirectly, discover the truth of who you are. And if you are already quite comfortable with the truth of who you are, learning to express it and experience it in ways that are unhindered. That's powerful, you guys. Wow. But yes, I do find it interesting that we have an egg here. And as many of you know, spring is symbolized, one of the many symbols, I should say, of spring is the egg. So we definitely have some new exciting beginnings. I'm laughing because he just seems so like happy. He's like, oh, look at this new beginning. So I absolutely see that for you, 110%. Wow, yeah. Lots of fun, lots of games, lots of hope. Again, enlightenment, and stability, financial stability, I'm seeing for you guys as well. You will really be offered some serious opportunities to come into alignment with who you truly are and what you are truly destined for, what your divine birthright is, and really stepping into alignment with that. The magician is very, 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 very powerful, very capable, and he doesn't really care what other people think. He doesn't care if other people don't believe in his magic, because he doesn't need other people to believe in his magic. He knows what his abilities are. And he does not need a single person sitting there being like, yeah, your abilities are true, yeah, for him to know that they're true. He's very comfortable and confident in who he is and very passionate about who he is as well. Ooh, I knew this reading was going to be deep and important. I can already tell. These messages are just, they're flowing through. But if there is a problem that you've been seeking a solution to, or a question that you just seen, it's just like, I just can't figure this out. You will be getting that answer. I'm seeing here with this key. I mean, I don't know. You guys are pile number 1, and I generally film the piles in order. Not all the times, but generally. But I'm getting a very strong feeling that out of all of the other piles, you guys have the most coming for you. Just like a lot of different things, a lot of new beginnings. Oh my God, this could be like an entirely new life. The best example, it doesn't have to be this, but this is just an example that's coming to mind, so I have to say it, is like, you get a new job and you have to move to a different state or a different country, and you're just completely immersed in this entirely new place. Your day-to-day changes, your immediate friend groups that you interact with day-to-day and that you're closest to day-to-day change with. Maybe even your dreams and your ambitions are changing. Like, it's that kind of huge sense of renewal and newness that is a huge possibility for you. Again, free will is a thing, so we have to choose to claim it and choose to receive it, but I'm seeing that for you. Ooh, 2 of Wands, insight and focus. Yeah, this could be a very overwhelming time. Let's see. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Okay. Balance and adaptability. Okay, so here's your guidance. And we're gonna draw some more cards, of course, as we go through. I kind of wanted to start out with actually the cards that are going to show us what needs to be spring cleaned, what's ready to be released. We'll be doing those next. But for your pile, those cards were just like screaming out to me. So for whatever reason, these messages needed to come through first. But balance and adaptability. Some of you will be traveling because the moving message or the moving example did come through. And then this is just making me think of Australia. So even if it's not a full-blown move, it could just be a trip or a vacation. That's absolutely coming up for you this spring. Now, insight and focus. We have this coming up in reverse. And for me, this is showing 50-50. So for some of you, this is talking about how, because reversals sometimes talk about blocks, and then other times they talk about, they're showing us that this isn't a theme or a pattern or just something energetically that needs to be looked at deep within yourself. I'm seeing that being the case for 50-50 of you. You guys will know what feels right for you. Some of you are blocking and resisting doing that self-focus, doing that insight and that non-biased observation of self. And that's keeping you very stagnant. That's keeping you very, very stagnant. I wouldn't be surprised if that was one of the things that came up with things that you need to spring clean. But I guess we'll see. Now, for the other half of you, this is just showing it's, if you haven't already, it's time to do the deep dive within. It's time to focus on yourself. It's time to find insights about yourself. What about yourself needs to be focused on? What insights have you been looking for about yourself? And what insights about yourself will help you jump forward? Now, the Two of Crystals, I've always liked it in this deck because crystals represent pentacles, which is that very grounded energy. But then you have that contrasted here with the kangaroo who's like hopping as if nothing is holding him back, right? They're also very strong creatures. So your strength that you have had to cultivate, I'm getting through a lot of your past experiences, you're finally going to be able to spring forward. Wow. You guys are so cliche. Springing forward this spring. I like it. I really do. But yeah, so you guys, I see you guys starting to feel light and free and really moving forward. The only sense of stagnancy that potentially you could get held up with, if you choose not to embrace it, is this self-focus and this inner insight. There are inner insights that are being hidden, that spirit, the universe, God, whatever you believe in, there are secrets within you that are really wanting to become free. So what do you need to do to go within to let this bird be free, right? How can you create this so that it's upright? What does this bird symbolize for you? Is it a sense of self-acceptance? A sense of truth? What is that for you? And then, so balance and adaptability. So I'm also seeing this as reassurance that moving forward into these new beginnings and these new possibilities, absolutely everything is going to be okay. You will be able to adapt very easily, very readily to all of these new changes. And I don't see you getting thrown out of balance at all. Busyness for sure. The Two of Pentacles traditionally is a very busy card. Absolutely. But I see you guys being able to handle that with ease. Yeah, so a lot of optimism and a lot of progress. Absolutely. And this card does talk about the kangaroo leaping through uncharted territories. So, yeah. You're going to be coming into all of these different fresh new beginnings, which are uncharted territories, and you're just going to be so happy about it and just vibing and just thriving. You guys, I love it. Yep, I see you remaining centered and doing self-reflection before acting, to make sure that you intuitively know which way to go first, right? Because you have a lot of newness coming to you, and sometimes that can be overwhelming. And again, I'm seeing this as guidance. Like, you're not going to be overwhelmed, but something that's really going to help you with that is taking that quick pause, going within, listening to yourself, listening to your intuition, so that you know which way to move. A lot of joy, you guys. Wow. Oh, I love it. See, spring is magical. Oh my gosh. I love spring. Okay, well, that one didn't want to come up, so we're going to take this for you. We have judgment. We're going to move this here. Okay. So I'm going to actually read for you from the card for this, because this is, and also just, you guys are so in alignment with spring. I can't even. This is rebirth. Ugh, okay, let's get, let's get one more card here from this deck. The High Priestess. Yes, listening to your intuition. Going within and respecting your inner world. All right, let me grab the book. Hang on. I was going to say, like, I wanted... I don't know why this is coming through, but I wanted to, like, reorganize these so that this space isn't here. But for whatever reason, the space is supposed to be there. So we're leaping forward, I guess. We gotta release it. So, Judgment. This card might indicate that your hard work is about to pay off, or that your sins will finally be called into balance. Oh, look, balance. It heralds the beginning of a new status quo, a rebirth and a new beginning. It is the end of one cycle and the beginning of the next. Judgment is the day of reckoning, when all things must come into account. Judgment invites you to let go of any baggage you may be holding on to and move forward, to finally address all those lingering doubts, fears, and embarrassments, and put them to rest. It can be painful, but once the work is done, you will feel reborn. Judgment is also a transformation. It is the realization that your weaknesses have become strengths, or that your strengths have become a crutch. It is evolution, moving on, coming of age, and moving on into a new phase. Ooh, okay. You know what also I find interesting? I had set the intention for this deck to come through specifically and show us what things need to be spring cleaned. And you're not getting anything specific. Like, you're not getting a realistic, practical answer, for example, of like, oh gosh, I don't know. I can't even think of an example. You guys are just getting general guidance, which is showing me, no wonder you have so many new beginnings on your way. You guys are already in alignment with this forward movement. This is just further guidance to really embrace this rebirth. Oh, you guys are so aligned. There's a lot of balance in this spread. Because look, even just here, we have a 2 upright and a 2 reversed. This guy is balancing. We have a 2 here and then 2 10s here. Yeah, there's a lot of balance here. Oh, you guys, that's very exciting. Okay. I'm just going to read a little bit from this one, because honestly, it's just very confirmational of everything that's already come through, and it's pretty direct and straightforward. So, the High Priestess invites and encourages us to go deeper and seek the unknown. She guides you to let the truths come to you, or rather wait for the truths you've already known reveal themselves in a divine spark of revelation. The High Priestess portends time of intuition and spirituality, of growth in divine wisdom. She encourages nurturing, trusting, and sensing, listening rather than talking, and feeling over thinking. Empathy guides the High Priestess, and that energy must be your focus in order for the High Priestess to guide you. A lot of wisdom there. Okay, sorry if you guys hear my puppers. He's being very animated during your guys' reading. Yeah, there's a lot of energy here. This is really cool. I really like this. Now, I am going to use... in case you guys haven't noticed, like I've used this deck before, but I haven't used this one yet on the channel. For my personal readings I have, but for my clients, but not on the channel yet. And then I'm also going to be using the Before Tarot, and that's going to give us some insight as well. I'm bringing a lot of newness via the cards into these readings as well. So this is gonna be good. Let's see if we can get anything specific as far as what new beginnings and blessings are on their way to you. Pile number 1. What are some of these more specific? The Chariot. Yeah, see, you are about to be moving into a very, very, very fast moving forward energy. Look, he's getting into the carriage. Yep. Okay. Put that right here for right now. Okay. And yeah, you guys are so in tune. Whether you know it or not, you guys are very in tune, especially with like the natural cycles of things, because everything that came through earlier, and then you got Judgment springing forward. You're very in tune with, or at least in alignment with the natural energy of the universe, which is very powerful. And then the Chariot, this is the year number 7, the year of the Chariot. So yeah, you guys are, trust me, if you're not in alignment, you be getting in alignment, and it is powerful. It makes it a little hard to breathe a little bit. I'm like, whoo, whoo, this is overwhelming in a good way, an exciting way. Let's see, what other blessings, new beginnings? Yeah, this can, for me, sometimes talk about moving as well. So comment down below. Let me know if you are moving or if you are planning a vacation. Even if it's just like a short little weekend trip, that energy is being picked up on. Very goal-oriented card. Let me tell you that. Very ambitious. Pile number 1. Okay, so we have 4 of Wands reversed. Oh, I hate that glare. That glare's gonna drive me crazy. Okay. 4 of Wands reversed. 5 of Wands reversed. Yeah, you guys are tired. Maybe you guys have been homebodies for a little while. I'm seeing freedom and release from conflict. Especially some of you guys are getting out of like an imbalanced family or an imbalanced partnership. Like if there's been conflict there, I see that ending. Let's get one more. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so then we have, 3 of Swords reversed and the 2 of Swords reversed. Okay, let me find a better way to organize these cards. One sec. Okay, my beautiful humans. We have the 3 of Swords reversed, followed by, you guys also got the 2 of Swords reversed, the 5 of Wands reversed, and the 4 of Wands reversed. So this is showing me some of the healing that is going to be happening for you this coming spring, because the 3 of Swords can talk about healing, is going to be the ending of family conflict. There's something here that has to do with family, where you're going to be really reflecting on what your current family situation is. Maybe even working with your ancestors, doing some ancestor work, honoring your ancestors, and reflecting on patterns and putting an end to patterns that you do not like. Some of you have been at a standstill. The Two of Swords reverse can talk about being at a standstill, not wanting to make a decision, and not wanting to see the truth of certain situations. So if this is not an energy that you have been in, this is an energy that you are going to be moving into, where you are going to be able to stop and pause, asking the big questions of, for you guys, I'm saying, what needs to be healed in my family dynamics? You know, and family isn't just blood. Family is the people we choose, right? So a family is an all-encompassing term. This could also... dropping stuff. I actually take that as a sign, though. Some of you guys will be dropping, if not conflict, then certain family members or friends that just cause all sorts of drama and just blah, you know, friction. You know, there are those people... Every friend group has one. Every family has one. That one person that they just don't like to be happy or something. I don't know. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're fortunate and maybe your family groups and your friend groups don't, and that's dope. But I feel like even like within a coworker situation, you know, there's always that one person who's just they're struggling and they kind of take it out on everyone else, or at least everyone else ends up becoming collateral damage. So any patterns of that, any patterns of conflict, I see you stepping into this place where you're going to have this opportunity to evaluate how you want to heal that, how you want to create a legacy where moving forward, oh yeah, and this is perfect because you have all this new energy. Yeah, you guys are really going to be catalyzing like the universal forces of this time, of this newness, which is deeply psychologically and subconsciously powerful. And you guys are already really in tune. So if if you make it like a conscious intention to really tap in and to harness on this seasonal energy, oh my god, no wonder you have the Magician. Powerful. But yeah, stepping into a position of power, you might not want to see it at first. You might like feel a little bit I don't want to decide, because if I decide that I want my family dynamic to be conflict free, then that means I'm going to have fewer interactions with this person, and I love that person, but they really hinder my quality of life. It doesn't have to be that specifically, but I am seeing that as a new possibility for you, and I'm telling you, whatever you choose, you're going to be coming into a sense of balance. No wonder you had those messages coming through about insight, about getting answers to questions that you need answers to things that maybe you've been stuck on. So yeah, you're really going to be evaluating family patterns. And if not family patterns, thinking about just your day-to-day. What is your day-to-day experience like? What kind of energies are you bringing into the world day to day? What kind of energies are you experiencing day to day? What is your context like? Does it serve you? Do you like it? Is it conflict free? Do you feel at home? Is it a healing situation that you're in? These are the kind of questions that you are going to be asking yourself. And I see you really just, you're going to be coming into adapting into what you actually want. Remember, go back and listen to what we read about the Judgment card, because I have a feeling that that's what a lot of this is talking about, and a lot of that is going to help you. So what long-standing patterns, be it, again, with a lot of you it's family, maybe even a spouse, a long-term partner. But for most of you, it's like family patterns. You know, when you and your family get together, do you guys just kind of like complain, and vent the entire time, because it's completely healthy to complain and vent about, ish that's going on. But is that all you guys do the entire time? Are there, do you guys not really have good boundaries as far as like maybe bringing up political viewpoints or something controversial to the table? Like, is there stuff like that that's going on? Because that doesn't feel good when that eclipses the entirety of your experience of interacting with your family. So I see really shifting things and moving out of conflict, moving into healing, moving into balance. To wrap things up, I'm not seeing much else here for you guys. Honestly, a lot of the possibilities are like, I do see one really, really big new opportunity. Something very, very exciting that you're going to be passionate about. Something that's going to bring a lot of hope into your world. I'm also seeing something that's going to bring you a lot of recognition and honor. I'm not sure what. That's going to be different for all of you. Honestly, it's honorable even just with this family dynamic stuff, being that black sheep or being that person who steps up and is like, hey, changing the topic, right? Like, hey, little brother, like what good things happened at work yesterday? Or, hey, you guys, like, let's celebrate this, really kind of trying to navigate and influence the conversation in ways that shift it into more positive senses of being. I mean, trust your intuition. You guys are highly powerful, intuitive forces here. So you will know what that means for you. But if we're talking specifics, we have that financial stability. There is at least one. If there's more, but there's one like really, really, really big new beginning. There's one like that you're gonna be very, very happy and excited about. This egg that this guy's like all happy and dancing about. Yeah. You're going to be finding some big answers to some stuff. And you know what? You can't find the answers unless you do the deep dive and ask the questions, right? So that makes sense with what that was coming through. And truth, you're going to really be finding the truth and insights into things. Yeah, you guys are very, very psychically talented. Whether you know it or not, you have that ability. Many people that I know that aren't even spiritual, they are so in tune and like they don't think anything of it because it's just so natural for them. It's like the simple stuff, like they'll start talking about someone and 5 seconds later that exact person that they're talking about will call them, stuff like that, where they were just like they're just like, no, I mean, that doesn't mean anything, they kind of brush it aside. But maybe some of you guys are like that, or you kind of understand, you're a little bit more spiritually open and in tune, where you understand, like, yes, it is natural, but that's also, that's a part of the psychic abilities. It is. That inner knowing, too. I'm hearing clairaudience. Clairaudience. That's how you say it, right? For some reason, saying it out loud is odd. I experience clairaudience in my readings. When I say, I'm hearing this. It's kind of like seeing in your mind's eye, but it's kind of like hearing in your mind's eye. So I'm not like literally physically hearing something when I get those intuitive messages. It's kind of hard to explain, but that came up specifically for a reason. Many of you are clairaudient, so if that is an ability that you want to learn more about, or that you want to cultivate, this is coming through very strongly and saying that this could be a very cool, very exciting time for you to do some more research on that. And the more in tune that you get with it, the more knowledgeable and grounded and centered that you'll be able to really help add to your day-to-day as you have to adapt to all of these changes. Whew. Yeah, that's a big message that's coming through. I hope that made sense. It's kind of hard to explain it because there's like clairsentience, which is like just an inner knowing that you get, right? And then clairaudience is like the inner hearing. What are all the other ones? Comment down below. We can chat about it. But anyways, that's a very specific message that came through. That's cool. Now, to finish things off, we're going to use my super cute new way of the Panda Tarot. It's adorable. Seriously, and I'll read from the book for you guys too with these ones because it's just funny and it's just cute. And also I really love like the imagery. Like look at all the flowers and the butterflies and it's just very springy. So, finishing things off, I want us to look at, well, Spirit wants us to look at what new things will emerge because of the accomplishments of your past, because of the lessons learned from your past. So, what things did you deal with this past winter? What harvest is going to come from the lessons that you have learned from last winter? Because yes, it is a time of new beginnings, but things weren't all bad, right? Even if it was a particularly shitty, excuse my language, winter, because for some of us it was I'm in that bad camp. But even then, you know, it wasn't all bad. There were a lot of good things that happened too. So I think that this is Spirit's way of wanting us to honor, yes, with change we can come into a sense of newness, but we also need to honor what good things we can bring with us, which is very powerful. Woohoo! Oh! Okay. 9 of Cups. This is the Wish Granted card. Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, we're going to put this right here. And then back of the deck energy, you guys got the 6 of Cups. Oh, did you guys get like a sense of hopefulness? Like, oh, okay. There's some kind of wish that was granted for you this winter. Whether you know it or not, there was a wish that was granted for you this winter. And who knows, maybe like you're not even going to see that the wish was granted until the very, very, I'm hearing first week of spring. So, because energy isn't like, it's not like it's March 20th and then boom, you know, like the winter energy is completely done and the spring energy is completely starting. Like, no. Like, there's a reason why, as I said in the intro, for those of you who heard it, like, there's a reason why I felt delayed. Like, Spirit wouldn't let me do this reading until later. I had to wait like a week and a half, 2 weeks, because I needed to wait for the energy to like really come into being. And we're still not in the spring equinox, right? But we can start to feel it now. So there's a little bit of that gray area that some of you might be falling into, but I don't know why that came through. But we have 2 cups here though, you guys, which is showing me emotional, and they're positive. So emotional well-being, emotional positivity, a little bit of nostalgia, a wish granted. I do find it interesting that we have the 6 of Cups, which can talk about like childhood, sometimes soulmates, but within this context, like, yeah, I guess maybe soulmates. Some of you might have met your soulmate over the winter or did some healing with your soulmate over the winter, and it's important not to lose that. Let me read the book because it's cute. Come here, you. Yes, you. I have enough drinks for both of us, 'cause you deserve it, you silly. Give me your paw. Now, take the goodies and sit by me. We'll enjoy life together, water panda style. That's so cute. So yeah, this talks about a sense of fulfillment and generosity. And for me personally, the Six of Cups can talk about generosity as well. Where in your life over this past winter did you experience or exhibit and really cherish generosity? Ooh, that gave me chills. That gives me goosebumps. Okay. Six of Cups. Remember you made me this hat because you thought it would be funny if I had cat ears? Since, you know, the Chinese word for panda actually means bear cat? Hehe. Like, literally it says that. It's like, hehe. Cute. I know. Oh, that's so lighthearted. Yeah, sharing and giving, sweet affections, kindness, compassion, and then the Nine of Cups, fulfillment, generosity, abundance, luck. Wow. Okay, so as you move into this new sense of beginning, remember to stay grounded in this beautiful energy. I mean, is there a better vibe to want to stay grounded in as you move forward into this new beginning? You are also bringing this. Oh my gosh, I call him Mr. Bugs. He has 50 billion names, my fur baby, but Mr. Bugs is my favorite. It's not even close to his like real name, but you know, that's how nicknames be. But this is so beautiful. Okay. Hopefully this has made sense, you guys. I really I want your pile. Can I have your pile? Because this is really, really, really beautiful. Now, noisy boy. All right. Maybe you guys have kiddos or fur babies, or like you're going to get a fur baby. I don't know, because he's alive and well here. So, with the newness, I also have some new runes that are really cool that I'm going to use. I'm just going to pull one. So Willow, you guys, sun, light, abundance, new beginnings. I am seeing this for you as a past energy that you'll be bringing with you and expanding upon. Success, goals, and honor. So Willow can talk about honor as well, which that was coming through here. There's something where you guys will be recognized for something honorable, something with honor. So the overall energy that you'll be taking with you and then expanding upon this spring. So Willow, it's the sun. It's light. It is, oh my gosh, you guys, I have goosebumps. I don't know if you can tell. Woo. But it is success. You guys are moving into this, I'm telling you, this spring. And this spring, I mean, technically, if you're clicking on this video and it's not the spring equinox, like, you still felt drawn to it for a reason, there are messages here still for you. So if it resonates, you can claim it, right? But the fact that I am filming this around the spring equinox just makes this message particularly potent, this magic particularly potent. So it can be especially impactful during any spring equinox that you guys find this. But it doesn't have to just be the spring equinox. I guess some of you guys needed to hear that because that came through, that like completely sideswiped me. But anyways, pile number 1. I just man, I love when I get to deliver messages like this. This makes me so happy. And you guys got Sawilo. I mean, if you guys have been on here for a while, you know that's one of my most favorite runes. It's so beautiful. And once again, it is very in tune with the energy of spring. Sawilo, one of the things that the ancients really respected and appreciated about the sun, thus Sawilo, was that the sun was the only thing strong enough to melt the ice of the winter. So, you guys, again, you're so in tune, which is so powerful. So please tap into that energy. If you heard something that you like in this reading, claim it. because damn it, you deserve it. Claim it and receive it, because this is gorgeous. Pile number 1. Okay, I would super love to chat with you guys in the comments about this one. His energy is very chatty. It's very excited. It's very like, oh my gosh, and then this, and then this, and then this, and then this. So, I mean, if you guys feel comfortable doing so, drop a comment and we'll chat about it, because this is so cute. Also, what was this 9 of Cups? What was the wish granted? I love it. If you've gotten it. A few of you, you're not going to really understand it or recognize it or receive it until, that first week or 2 actually fully into spring. If you haven't received it yet, maybe it took seeing this video to help you realize that your energy needs to be shifted so that you can receive it. So if you're like, what are you talking about? Wish granted? No. Well, you got one coming. Ooh, all right, you guys. I want to sit and just bask in your energy, but alas, we got other piles to film. So, pile number 1, I hope that this helped you. I hope that it resonated. If you liked this video, then please let me know and boop that like button down below. And of course, if you haven't already and your vibes vibe with my vibes, go ahead and subscribe, join the tribe. But otherwise, until next time, my friends, bye guys. Hello, sweet souls who selected pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. You guys selected this card here. You guys are going to be beautifully complicated. I already know it, and don't click off. That's not a bad thing. I just keep hearing like beautifully complicated. It's amazing. So I haven't done this. I didn't do this for the other pile, but I feel very strongly called to do this for you. I am going to read from the book for this one, for this oracle card, okay? Reflector. The reflector mirrors back without distortion, artifice, or bias, showing you as you really are, both inside and out. If you can acknowledge that truth without flinching, then you will have moved a long way towards self-acceptance. Without the reflector's honesty, you will spend your time hiding behind the false armor of wishful thinking. We have struggled in abject loneliness, trapped on a snowbound mountainside, wrestling with the angel of no man's God, and we are exhausted from trying to hold our fragile self-image. How pointless our resistance when all we crave is truth. The reflector is devoid of artifice and deception. His integrity is flawless, and he offers us relief from the absurdity of false heroics. Neither kind nor cruel, he is our honest twin, stripping away the illusion that entraps us. When we face him, his steady gaze slips like mercury through our pupils, down past our organs and into our central nervous system. From there, it searches out our soul's core. We try to cover our shame, but this stare ignores our prudish defenses. He has come to release us from the dreadful burden of pretense. And when we finally acknowledge that we have been unmasked, a deep laugh breaks free from our belly, releasing our fears into the gutter. I have goosebumps. Can you guys tell? Whew, okay, you guys. See, I knew it. I said it in the intro. I knew that this was going to be a very, deep, important reading. Okay, so, I also think that it makes sense that you guys had the 2 crystals coming out, so feel free to look into the qualities of labradorite and rose quartz. Definite love here. Love and magic, truth. Now, you guys, my loves, are coming into a beautiful time of self-acceptance, I'm seeing. Big time self-acceptance. And or somewhere where a place or a relationship where someone sees you for who you truly are and they love you for it. They love you for who you truly are. They accept you for who you truly are. Many of you have been so terrified of You know, that classic fear of not being enough. Ooh, that just gave me like hardcore shivers, hardcore goosebumps. And I'm so sorry. I'm with you guys. Like, I feel it. That's a fear that I fight quite a bit as well, you know, depending on the day or the season. But yeah, that fear of not being enough, that is a very painful fear. And so I see a lot of self-work, a lot of introspection, a lot of introspection. Many of us in pile twos, I see us getting into therapy, or if not like the classic therapy, then at least finding something that's very therapeutic for us, very healing for us, something that helps us gain perspective on a non-biased perspective on some of the false stories that we've been telling ourselves. Ooh, yes. Self-empowerment and ambition, the shadow. Yep. The shadow, that's the devil in this deck. Yep. Which talks all about illusion. All day. Every day. And the 3 of crystals in reverse. Collaboration and productivity. Yeah. Okay, so some of you I'm getting are going to be starting at a new job. And it's going to be very healing for you. Very beneficial for you. Because people have not been nice to you. Either just in general, but, you know, with the 3 of Pentacles, like, maybe even at school, you just have been dealing with, if not other people not being nice to you, like you not being nice to yourself. I'm seeing you guys have been struggling with self-esteem issues, and even though those are very, very, very typically complicated. Oh, yeah, because the complicated message came through. Even though those are typically very complicated issues, right, that don't have a quick, easy fix, I do see you guys really doing the tough inner work to find relief. So you will be changing. There will be a new beginning. You will be coming into a sense of change. Wow, this is powerful, you guys. You are going to be, because, so, okay, in this deck, this is the jackal, but I always think of it as, my first instinct, I always see it as the fox. And foxes are so cute. And symbolically, in many traditions, I guess you could say, the fox is viewed as a trickster. It has a lot of negative connotations with it. But for me, growing up, I grew up very misunderstood because I grew up in a very, how would you put it? A very small town, very, very, like, strict religious town, to a religion that I was not a part of, and I didn't feel, I had so many best friends that were a part of it. I was like, cool, you believe in your stuff, I believe in my stuff, we both believe in, like, love, like, no problem. No. That is not how my community saw me growing up. There was a lot of religious discrimination growing up, so for that message to come through, some form of discrimination, maybe even racism for some of you, God, I'm so sorry, sexism, some kind of, like, being ostracized. Oh, sorry guys, my camera died. So, anyways, we were talking about how many of you, unfortunately, share my history of feeling ostracized from a community, feeling misunderstood and just incorrectly judged, you know? Like with the fox example. Foxes, they're just cute. They're just cute little fluff balls of just cuteness. I mean, granted, I'm biased because I love animals, but still, if you pull up a picture of a fox, they're freaking cute. And they're just so, it's not their fault that certain traditions have used them to symbolize something negative, or that certain people see them as something negative. So this is oh my God, yes. And then this was all about seeing the truth. This is you guys really breaking past the damage that being misunderstood and being misunderstood and ostracized can cause, because you are going to be taking a deep look at yourself and seeing, no, I'm just a cute freaking fox. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. But there's a lot of shadow work here that I am seeing. I'm seeing that whatever this is that you have been suffering through, I see that has created some trapped energy. And I see you finding the tools necessary to unlock that trapped energy, to unlock the sides of yourself maybe that you've been too afraid to share with other people because you've been judged so severely misjudged for just freaking existing for no reason, right? No rhyme or reason. Sometimes we do that as a protective mechanism, I'm seeing. But I see this change, this new beginning of you coming into that sense of protecting yourself by honoring and recognizing and no longer hiding away the pieces of yourself that have been misjudged. You're finding a new way to protect yourself that honors your true self, your true desires, and everything that's been repressed. It's I see you understanding that in order to come into your whole self and to accept and embody your whole true self, you have to accept all sides of yourselves. And you have to really do that shadow work. So even the sides of us, maybe you have been fortunate. For most of you, I hope that you have been fortunate in that maybe you haven't experienced being ostracized. Maybe that hasn't been a spiritual lesson that you've had to endure. And again, I sincerely hope that for you, because that is it's a tough lesson. It is not a fun one. Aside from that, then, and just in general, it talks about the shadow self. We have to master our shadow selves. The sides of ourselves that we don't like. There could be the sides of ourselves that are filled full of fear, that are filled full of anger. This is giving me actually big Queen of Wands energy, because she has made peace with the darker, quote unquote, darker aspects of herself, right? Her shadow self. She doesn't hide it away. And the traditional Queen of Wands card, her shadow self is symbolized by a black cat sitting next to her. And so that's the energy I see you guys moving into, where you do the work like she did, and you love and embody and liberate and take control of those pieces of yourself. Maybe you guys have been ruled by emotion. You've been ruled by emotion because you have so much of yourself just shoved away, hiding, right? You have all this repressed darkness in the sense of, bitterness. I'm hearing revenge even for some of you. Some of you guys are just like, you were really hurt by something and you try really hard not to let it dictate your day-to-day life, but because you haven't been facing it and seeing yourself for who you truly are, it's been sending you into a little bit of a tailspin. So yeah, and I see this because the shadow, this is a major arcana card. So I definitely see this being a theme that has a life lesson for you. Ugh, I'm sorry. And I know how unpleasant that is. But here's the thing, you guys. You are moving out of this energy and you are moving into that masterful Queen of Wands energy of, yes, this is my shadow side. And I love her. I love him. It no longer controls me. And creative expression. Okay, that's the last little bit here I have on this. Creative expression is huge, especially with unlocking trapped energy and with finding your true self, with maybe that's like the therapeutic process that you find. But I see you being an incredibly creative being. You have so much capacity for it too. And if you've been dealing with like creative blocks, this is why. And I see you coming out of it. You guys are, oh man, you know what else is beautiful about the Queen of Wands? I know the Queen of Wands isn't here, but I just feel her energy so strongly. The Queen of Wands, she's a socialite. She's a social butterfly. And when you've been ostracized unfairly, especially for as long as many of you have, it's kind of hard on us, you know, because it's nature. It's literally nature to want to find your tribe. It's like a cellular instinct. So that's what adds to the pain for when you are ostracized. So it's really beautiful, and it completely complements the energy that came through earlier, where it's like you guys are going to be finding people that see you and love you for who you are. So this ostracized energy, F that. Like, it is, you are coming out of it and you are doing the work necessary to heal and to become that masterful, charismatic person that you are. This is oh my god. Yes! See? Okay. So we have some big life-changing success on the way. You know what? The Six of Wands also talks about public recognition. Okay? That is something else. That's another new beginning that's on its way to you. Pile number 2. Relationships healing, I'm seeing. Oh, no way. Look at this. Oh, yes. See? Look. Oh, my God. This is beautiful. Okay, look. Look at this. Look at this wolf here. I love wolves, too, by the way. In case you can't tell. Animals are just pure. Even when they're acting like this, they're just... It's not personal. They're just defending themselves, right? So this fierceness here, he is learning how to defend himself. He's putting up this barrier between him and this fierce kind of animal instinct that's coming through. He's very confident, he's very grounded, and he's very sure of himself. So you're no longer going to be letting the haters in. And I'm also seeing this as because wolves are pack animals. So I'm also seeing this as you are finding your pack and they will protect you. Oh my God, are they going to protect you? Ooh. So yeah, you're going to be keeping the haters out and you are going to be finding your motherfucking tribe. Like, oh, I love it. That's going to go right there. And then, let's see, we have, the Six of Swords. Moving on, finding hope. This is new beginnings. Oh, you guys, this is a stunning energy. This is beautiful. You're coming into harmony within social settings, within your passions and your spirit, and your mind as well. This is also coming through with advice and saying, so the Nine of Wands is the persistence card. It's saying, don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. It's okay. You're almost there. You're not quite at the 10 yet, right? You're not at the finish line. The 10 is the finish line. You're only at the 9, but you are so damn close. So don't you dare give up. I have goosebumps. You guys have been giving me goosebumps, which of course I knew it. I knew that this video was going to be intense in all the best ways. Yeah, Queen of Swords reversed. So the Queen of Swords reversed here is showing me whenever she comes up in reverse, she is a kind of a negative tyrant type energy whenever she shows up in reverse. And yeah, you guys are going to be leaving that. Ugh. And also I see sometimes we get stuck in these mind spirals and these mind traps, and the Queen of Wands, or sorry, Queen of Swords does rule the mind. And so this is also, I'm seeing you getting out of your head. Oh, that's so beautiful. You're getting away from the haters. You're going to be protected from the haters. Don't give up. It's going to be okay. I mean, you guys literally got the success card. The Six of Wands is public success. You are moving into that energy. You're moving out of turbulent waters. And also I'm seeing the Six of Swords. Something that's coming through is rite of passage. So sometimes it can be a little bit of a bittersweet energy, because traditionally a rite of passage isn't always the most comfortable of things. And so this is almost like Spirit coming through and saying, you had to, your soul, like, okay, hang on. This is, the message is your soul had to experience this tyrant energy, this rejection, as a rite of passage in order to get you to elevate yourself and to accept yourself. This force, this negative energy is kind of acting like a catalyst. It's like I'm seeing like pressure, right? Like heat and pressure is necessary to transform, is necessary for transformation, it's necessary for alchemization. You had to have that in order to do the work necessary to find, to elevate yourself, to find your self-love, to find your self-acceptance. Because without that, without this, wow, I'm hearing equal, it's like Newton's third law. It's an equal and opposite force. Oh my God. That's so, that's stunning. Okay, so you experiencing this, whatever this was, this is coming through and saying like laws of nature are at work here. You have an equal and opposite experience coming to you. If you have been ostracized, if you have been misunderstood, the equal and opposite of that, which is you being loved, you being understood, you being accepted, is coming for you. Just hold out for it. It's coming for you. Ooh, that's so wonderful. All right, let's get one more card. Pile number 2. Yes. See? Ace of Cups. Ooh, I love it. New, happy, loving beginnings, you guys. Wow. You guys are going to be finding your people and or your person. Nah, it's your tribe, man. It's your tribe. But there's going to be one person in particular after you've done the work, okay? After you've done the shadow work and like you've released that trapped, pent up, repressed energy. After you've healed and you found a way to love yourself for who you truly are, you've dropped the pretenses. That's when that self-love comes in, and then that's going to be what elevates you into this new higher vibrational state. Once you're at that new higher vibrational state, that's when you're going to be at a match, an energetic match for your person, for these loving new people to come in. Because you're not at a match with them right now, but oh, you will be. Oh, you will be. Just keep up the hard work, you guys. Oof. I love it. I love it so much. That's freaking gorgeous. Ooh, okay. Wow. This is so beautiful. You guys, oh, you're moving out of this, like, you're moving into this self-empowered, creative, successful, persistent. You're not losing faith. You're keeping hope. You're moving away from the overthinking. Maybe even I'm hearing overstimulation. Maybe some of you have been, some of you have been doing a little bit too much of the distractions with the phone. I'm hearing binging, so maybe that's like binge watching TV. There's something with your mind that you have been heavily distracting yourself with. You'll know what it is. And even though a little bit of everything in moderation, right? Whatever this is, and again, you'll know what it is. Whatever is coming to mind right now as we're talking about this is what it is. Maybe it's video games, again, TV, scrolling on your phone, something like that. Something that captures your attention. Overthinking, maybe over ruminating on the past. Whatever it is, it's been in excess, and it's time for you to move out of an excess of that and into an excess of love. This cup is overflowing with love. Okay? So this has been distracting you from the shadow work and from the acceptance that needs to happen. All right. Ooh. Ritual. Okay. Hang on. Let me get one more card and then we'll go into what this is. This deck, the artwork is so intense and cool. I got it from a local artist here, but and the Chariot reverse. Yeah. Okay. So this work that you are going to be doing, you are going to be getting really, you're going to stop running from your problems. So Icarus Tarot that I'm using with this deck, this is showing us what needs to be spring cleaned, right? What energetic anchors are ready to be released. Ritual. The blue here is showing me clarity and truth. Oh my God, and we have the two people. We have two people here facing either way, and then we have the two sphinxes here. You guys have some choices to make. Now, right off the bat, there is a gift within your head, a gift within your ways of thinking, and you just have to choose how to receive and cultivate that gift within. You are the one in control of how you think. A lot of times when we're in this shadow energy, our emotions control us. Our thoughts, our overthinking, we get like analysis paralysis. We get overwhelmed. It just feels like everything is outside of our control. That's definitely what the Chariot reversed here is showing us as well, which makes us want to give up because sometimes it feels like it's too much. What patterns of giving up are ready to be released? What rituals in your mind are ready to be released? This is some deep introspection. This is some deep work, you guys, but I'm telling you, I am seeing you going through it this spring and coming into this beautiful new refreshing world where you feel at one with yourself. You feel like you can be accepted as your most authentic self, and you accept yourself as your most authentic self. Ritual, okay. It talks about the importance of analysis. It talks about the connection to the divine, a way for us to connect to the divine. And it also talks about the old, tried and true way of doing things. For you guys, though, here, it's coming through and it's saying, how can you shift and evolve your rituals? What are your day-to-day things that you're doing? Do you have like a daily ritual? Do you have a morning ritual? Do you have a night ritual that serves you? Because this is showing me that you don't. And that's what needs to be spring cleaned. The energetic anchors holding you back are the rituals, the repetitive thoughts, the repetitive patterns of behavior, the repetitive thoughts that seek out to prove your false beliefs as true. That's what is ready to be released. And this isn't a forced thing. This is coming through as it's the season. It's time. This is an opportunity. And it's also not a forced thing in the sense that, like, free will is a thing. You have to choose to do it. But this spring, you guys, this is like, harness the power of the literal planetary shifts. Okay, something that's happening on a global scale. We are nature. We forget this because we're so freaking cerebral. But humans are nature. That's part of why we're so deeply impacted, so profoundly, by season changes, by equinoxes, by things like this. So what pieces of your inner nature have maybe been in overdrive, that have been, what's it called? Just without thinking, mindlessly, just what patterns have just mindlessly been repeating? For you guys, a lot of it I see is giving up, just false thinking, and that's sourcing from the shadow. So it's time to, if you choose to, it's time to evolve and elevate your rituals into rituals and patterns and ways of thinking and being that serve you. Now, the fact that we have the Chariot is an incredibly goal-focused, willpower-driven card and energy. And it came up in reverse. So this is why that giving up energy has been coming through. It's time to stop giving up. It's time to make that ritual of analyzing things and deciding what you want to bring into existence. What do you want? What do you want to bring into existence? What do you want to manifest? You know, this is the perfect time to manifest. And actually, on the 21st, yes, so Spring Equinox is on the 20th, and then on the 21st is the new moon. The new moon is just the epitome of the perfect time for planting your intentions, for setting your manifestations. So get clear on what you want and then follow through. Be strong. What needs to be spring cleaned is that self-doubt that you can't see it through. No, it's time. You can see it through. It's time to get the results that you want. It's time to start to shift into the actions that you want to see. It's time for your rituals in your day-to-day to feed into your willpower, into your self-empowerment, instead of feeding from it and taking away from it. Okay, it's time to nourish it. Oh, you know what? And perseverance, that came through twice. So, oh my God, that's so beautiful. One of the blessings that's coming through for you is you guys learning how to persevere. You're learning how to persevere, and what's ready to be released is the lack of perseverance, giving up. Oh, that's so wow. It also represents, when it comes up in reverse, it talks about loss. The loss of victory because of giving up. The loss of victory because someone didn't feel confident enough or strong-willed enough or determined enough to reach their goal. Well, you guys got the victory card. You guys got the freaking victory card. 6 of Wands. That's the energy that you're moving into. This couldn't complement it any better. This is big, you guys. The Chariot, it does talk about ambition, and it does talk about the struggle that comes along with chasing after our goals. So the way to do it, you guys are moving into this sense of staying focused and disciplined and concentrated on your goals, on what you want. And the beautiful aspect of it is because you guys will be coming into this sense of healing and moving away from people who are hurting your sense of self and your sense of like being, you're moving out of that cellular pain and moving into supportive environments. So that is going to make it feel so much easier to not give up, because when we're in this energy down here, sheer survival sometimes is just all that we have energy for. And sometimes that survival is the only measure of success that we have. You've done beautifully. I see that. Oh, wow. Can you see my goosebumps? You guys have done beautifully. This is coming through so strongly. And now you get to move out of survival and into living. There's a difference between surviving and living, surviving and thriving. You will be moving out of this shadow-driven, falsehood-driven energy and into that creative, empowered energy. When you feel at one with yourself, you're going to come into harmony. Oh, wow, you guys. So, find your center. After you do this work, as you finding your center, deciding what you want, and building a day-to-day life that you enjoy. Granted, it does require strength and discipline isn't always the most fun thing in the world to get what we want, but it doesn't mean it's all suffering, right? Discipline is just kind of that thing that we have to do in order to make things happen. And when you build a life filled full of rituals that bring you fulfillment and that make you feel empowered, that discipline isn't going to hurt as much, and it's not going to feel as much of a struggle as it likely has been for you. I see a lot of light coming in for you. Sunflowers might hold some significance for you. That's coming through. Again, the Queen of Wands energy, man. Oh, that is such a strong card. This just here. I know the card isn't here, but the energy is here. And the fact that sunflowers popped up and the sunflower imagery, I didn't realize until after the message filtered through, is also on the Queen of Wands. So you guys are moving into the, you're moving into the Queen of Wands energy, and it's stunning and it's beautiful, and you're going to start fearlessly going for it. No more detours, okay? No more, I don't know, maybe that. No. Decide what you want and go for it and be creative about it. Follow your true heart's desire, and it's impossible to do that until you are in alignment with your truest self and in acceptance with your truest self. You guys have so much love coming into your life, so much victory. You just have to have that persistence. What's time to spring clean? That ritual of giving up on yourself, of lacking persistence. No. No. I mean, if you want, again, free will. I can't say it enough. It's a thing. So if you want to hold on to this pain and you want to stay in this state of just, as, the best way to put it, I guess, then go for it. Don't do the work. Keep avoiding it. Keep the rituals that don't serve you. Feel the pain every day. Or seize the opportunity that's right in front of you. This new beginning that's so amazing and right in front of you. I just want to shake you. Be like, you could do it. You can do it. And I know that message is so hard to believe, especially if you're in that shadow-filled energy. But I'm telling you, that shadow-filled dark energy, that is going to become the source of your strength. Also, one last message. This talks about following your desires. So get in tune with what you truly desire. What does your heart truly desire? Many of us have been very fear-focused, which makes sense, right? That's just kind of a natural response, especially when you're in survival mode where you're very fear focused. You're very, everything that you're doing is because you've been living in so much pain. You're tired of it, and you're fearful of the pain perpetuating. But here's the thing. When all we're focused on is fear, and instead of, I want to do this because I want to, instead of that energy, we've been living in the, well, I don't want this to happen, so I guess I'm going to do this. What feels better to you? Stepping into your desires and releasing that fear? I mean, don't get me wrong, easier said than done, right? The fear is always going to be there, but this whole thing is about not letting fear control you anymore, not letting doubt control you anymore. And one of the best ways to do that, one of the best ways to overpower that sense of fear, is to focus on what we want more, is with desire, is with hope, and focusing only on that, focusing only on what we want. That's the Chariot here coming through. Oh, that's deep, you guys. I'm sorry if that was a lot, but I'm just channeling. Now, to finish things off, we're going to use this super cute Way of the Panda Tarot. One of my newer decks. As you guys can tell, I've used this one before, but most of these decks I haven't used before on the channel. The Icarus Tarot I've used for my clients before, but I don't think I've used it on the channel yet, so I love it. Been embracing the newness. Ooh, it's so good. But anyway, so these last cards here, and then we'll pull a rune from my new rune set that I have. This is going to show us what you have harvested from winter, from the winter season, that you get to bring forward with you. Because yes, even though it is a time of spring cleaning and releasing what doesn't serve you, and even maybe winter was really hard, preach, part of that camp, there's still so much goodness, even if it's unnoticed, there's still so much goodness that came from winter season, be it from wisdom, from lessons learned, or, I mean, I guess we're going to find out, but what good things do you get to carry with you that you guys got from winter season? Pile number 2. What if they've been able to harvest Imagination Station? You know what? I'm going to have to look at the book for this because I don't know what that is. Maybe it's one of the, it must be one of like an extra card for the deck. We're going to look into it, but ooh, okay. I mean, look at the creativity though. Look at the creativity. What else have they harvested? 2 of Swords. Let's see. Does it want to be? Yep, it wants to be upright. Okay. Man, all about those decisions. You have an opportunity for balanced thought. You're also learning to ask the questions that really matter. You're trying to make a choice. The 2 of Swords is all about making choices. Maybe about work or how you've like been investing your time. Okay, let me grab the book. Okay, yes, Imagination Station. Imagine, explore, and expand. Ooh, okay, so this is what if mentality in the positive sense. So remember how we were talking about that fear-based energy? Where it's like, well, what if everything goes bad? This is talking about how, believe it or not, you guys have learned how to, you guys have harvested the ability because of this winter, because of this last season, of how to see the other side of the coin, which is, well, what if everything goes right or better than I thought mentality. See, you guys are already moving out of the fear-based energy. Woo! I love it. Okay. This is positive manifestations, best case scenarios, expecting goodness and magic, expansion of consciousness, and your wildest dreams. Okay. Okay, I can't. Anyways, okay, let me read the panda message that comes with this card. Anything is possible. The pandas are cheering you on because they believe in you. They believe in your potential, your vision, your dreams, and your magical becoming. What if? What if the world is a safe place for you to dance and explore? You guys, oh my God. What if you are accepted, loved, and cherished wherever you go? What if you are so lucky that you are stumbling headfirst into a miracle right this very moment? What if you are enough and have nothing to prove? What if anything you've ever dreamed of is available for you and more? I feel like I could have just read that card and that would like wrap up your guys' entire reading. You cannot make this up. That came up. Oh my God. Yeah, so many of you guys have already harvested this. You guys are moving into this like that energy right now if you're not already in it. This is something that you have gotten, that you have earned. And then I'm just going to read for you the panda message from the Two of Swords. These ideas and concepts must be thoroughly examined before reaching a conclusion. What do I do? Both arguments are equally compelling. So many considerations. I don't know what I will choose. I do know I need more tea, however. I love this deck, but also look how cute. He's just like, the thinking panda. So, yeah, making the choices. You guys have harvested that ability to take that analysis paralysis and come out of it and make the decisions. That's all about ritual and the Chariot reversed as well. You have to decide what you want. It makes so much sense. So what is possible? What do you want to manifest? What are you moving into? You get to choose. You get to choose. And this is also talking about you have reached, whether you believe it or not, a certain level of empowerment already where you guys, at a certain level, you guys understand that it's up to you to choose. So, again, free will. You can choose to stay in this shadow energy. You can choose to not take that maybe anxiety riddled step, right? It's not always the easiest thing in the world to try and take an honest look at yourself. Although this is saying you're going to be pleasantly surprised when you do. You get to choose. Which one do you want? And that, again, further confirmation of the messages that were coming through earlier. You get to choose. Where do you want your chariot to go? And you have to choose. Not choosing is going to default you into the shadow self. Okay? So, may as well take power of the choice. Alright, so now we have these runes just for a final message of the blessing that's coming for you. Fehu, self-worth, all freaking day. This is also showing me this spring there's going to be some kind of financial abundance that comes for you. Even if it's just in the form of like an extra fatty paycheck or oh, you know what? This could be even like taxes. Like your taxes, like your tax returns, you get a really good tax return and you get to enjoy that coming back for you. That will positively impact you. I see that a lot as well, but ultimately Faye, who talks about worth, value, you guys are moving into this place of self-worth and value. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. One final message that's coming through, just because of this wolf energy here. As you're looking for your new tribe, okay, all right. Take it with a grain of salt, because the human word for it that doesn't properly encompass it, but it's the best that we can do in human words, is beware. But as you're picking new people, right? So you need to be vigilant with choosing what wolves you let through, because not all of these wolves that you interact with are going to be yours, right? Not all of them are going to be your tribe. Some of them are going to be these haters that have been casting you deeper and deeper into the shadows. So again, not beware, because that's so fear-based, but maybe just be vigilant, be persistent, okay? Especially when we're in this world of hope, it's very, very, very easy to just want to just be like, whatever, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I'll ignore the red flags. So don't ignore the red flags. People have to earn the rights to your inner circle. They have to earn their rights past this fence. Okay? And that's just a healthy way of accepting people into your life. Not everyone deserves your beautiful, gorgeous energy. Okay, my loves? Not everyone deserves it. So, pile number 2. Please, I always love chatting with you guys in the comments, but it was the same thing with the last pile too. I'm curious to see how the next 2 piles do, but I feel so like I would love to dish it out with you guys in the comments and to chat with you guys in the comments about this, because this is so complicated in all the best ways, and I hope you found this inspiring, because the energy, you guys, is so inspiring. So if you've heard or found anything in this reading that matches your desires, claim it and receive it, because God damn it, you deserve to be happy. Okay? You deserve this fresh start. You deserve this new beginning. You just have to claim it and choose to receive it, and then allow it into your life. Again, goosebumps. I can't. Ooh. All right. But yes, as I said, I would love to talk with you guys in the comments, especially, it's like I said, I struggled with this ostracized, shadow, misunderstood energy for a very, 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 very long time. So my heart goes out to you if that's something that you are healing from or have had to deal with in any form or fashion. It doesn't just have to be religious discrimination. It's like I said, it could be anything. But what's beautiful is that it's not going to affect you anymore. And if anything, the fact that you went through it, it's like the ultimate revenge. The fact that you went through it, the fact that these people put you through this, or these situations put you through this, is forcing you into that high pressure, high heat situation that forces you to alchemize and transform into the best version of yourself. So it's like, hey, thanks for being like horrible to me. I'm only better off for it. Yeah. So your backwards attempts to put me down actually backfired, and I'm doing fantastic. No better revenge than that, right? But anyways, pile number 2. Seriously, I wish I could just I'm going to start doing lives eventually, because I really want to just sit and chat with you guys, because, yeah, you guys are dope. I can feel your energy. I know you guys are cool, so if you guys want to see some live readings sooner rather than later, just let me know, and I'll do my best to try and put that into motion sooner rather than later. But pile number 2, this is all that I am seeing for you. I hope that this has helped you. I hope that this resonated and that you liked it. If you did, feel free to boop that like button down below so that I know. And of course, if you haven't already, and your vibes vibe with my vibes, go ahead and subscribe, join the tribe. Otherwise, until next time, my friends, bye guys. Hello, sweet souls who selected pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You guys selected this cute little ammonite crystal, which we're just going to put right over here. And this card, the Observer. So this is making me think of a couple different things right off the bat. But one of the biggest things. It's kind of, it strikes me as kind of odd, but in a really gorgeous sort of way. So, despite the classic meanings of this card, for whatever reason with your pile, I'm getting the message of silliness. And it's really cute and endearing and lighthearted, and in many ways it also feels very wise. So it's making me think of like the joyful sage, like Rafiki in The Lion King, you know, like he's goofy and he's silly, but he's also incredibly wise. But he doesn't let that go to his head. He just enjoys existing because he has the wisdom to understand how. This spring equinox, you guys, a part of your fresh start is moving into this deeper sense of a lighthearted kind of silly energy. Now, this is also accompanied with the actual meanings of this card, which is, so like, it's going to tie into the evolution of that silliness into perspective changes. So I want to do something really quick. Let's see. I guess I could use my candle snuffer. We'll use my candle snuffer. I want to see if these eyes are the same or like the same in size, or if they just look different because of how they're framed. So let's see here. That's about that one. I knew it. Let me double check now because I'm a little shaky. Yep, I knew it. Okay, even though it doesn't look like it, or at least it doesn't look like it to me, at first glance, it doesn't look like these eyes are the same size, but they are, which is further reinforcing that idea of, and that understanding of the fact that it's all about what frame you put something under. And this lighthearted energy is really going to help you experiment with different frames in a very healthy, detached way, so that you can really observe people especially, but people and things and situations from a non-biased perspective, and just kind of play out, I'm hearing like play out different scenarios in your mind. So maybe this is going to help you with being better at decision making. Maybe you guys are evolving. That's a part of like your wisdom evolution, is you guys are going to get a lot better at making decisions and judgment calls, especially on, I'm seeing, allowing other people into your life. Now, the observer, something that this card talks about in the book that I find interesting is he watches people, he observes people, and much like, I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Miss Congeniality, but when she is trying to learn how to walk like a lady instead of like a very stick up her butt FBI agent, I'm very serious all the time, her and her coach, like they go around and her coach has her mimic different styles of people walking. It's really funny. It's definitely entertaining. So if you haven't seen that movie, and if you don't want to like sit down and watch the whole movie, just Google that scene on YouTube, because it's entertaining and it's cute. And it's kind of giving me the same thing. So I don't know if you guys are entertainers or performers or actors. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are, or at least heavily artistic in some aspect of your life. You don't have to be, but I'm getting large majority of you are. It's like you are going to start observing how other people do things and really try and carry and embody that energy without judgment or resentment or fear or projection of insecurities. You're going to really try and see it and feel it for what it is in order to then turn around and make it your own. So, but do you see how that kind of mimicking energy kind of plays into silliness? And you know what's funny about that scene is that she's a very serious person, her character is a lot of the time. But she is super, super silly in that scene. So it's like that lightheartedness and that fun kind of entertainment factor. If you're not an entertainer or an actor, this could also be as simple as like, I'm going to fake it until I make it. So this could be heavy. Ooh, yes. Heavy manifestation vibes. One of the best ways to manifest, well, really like the only way to manifest, is to get yourself into the same vibrational state of that which you desire. If what you want to manifest is not yet in your life, it most likely means that you have not been existing in the same vibrational state as that which you desire. For example, I recently just manifested a new job, and it's amazing. It's like, oh my God, you guys, it's random. It's like 100% women owned. It's super there, and they're so cool and badass and intelligent, and it's like, it's everything that I've ever wanted and more. But in order to manifest this, because I'd been working to manifest this job for a long time, well, a job of this kind of nature for a long time, months and months and months. It wasn't until I finally took this like, whatever kind of attitude. And they weren't even, like, I was detached from the outcome. I heard about their company. They weren't even hiring. I just sent them an email, like just cold contact, just sent them an email with my resume. And I was just like, you guys are amazing. I have XYZ to offer, and I would be honored to be a part of your team in any form or fashion. And just so you guys know, these stories that come through, they're still channeled messages. I promise they're not irrelevant. They tie in. But when I did that, when I just fully embraced that moment of like, wow, I would actually be a really good fit for this. And I accept the fact that because I think this is cool and what they're about is cool and how they are, like, is what I want, it started to resonate with me, right? If something resonates with you, if you like something, that means that it, in some form or fashion, it is meant for you. So I embraced that. And I stopped putting this idea of a job on like some pedestal. And I was just like, nah, this is really cool. And you guys are kind of like me. In the back of my head. I didn't say that in the email. Obviously, it was more professional. But in the back of my head, I was just like, wow, this is like an elevated version of what I am right now. I would love to be this. And I just kind of embodied that energy of what it would be like to work for them. And it felt good. It didn't come from a space of desperation and wanting. No, I honestly, the fact that it was like a cold contact email when they weren't hiring, I didn't go into it with any expectations. And I really think, I know deep down, I can feel it in my soul that was why it worked. That was the shift. I went into it without expectation. And so that lightheartedness and that being able to observe things from a space without fear or projecting insecurities, you guys are going to begin to move into an incredibly creative phase of your life where you're going to start to identify things that you never even realized that you wanted. Ooh, yeah. You're going to start to recognize like new desires and new aspects of life that you never would have seen before, because it's like you had blinders on, or you were just focused on your day-to-day, or you were just on autopilot, you know? We all fall into that. I'm actively actually trying to work moving out of autopilot. So I feel that. And I see you guys moving out of that and moving into that powerful creative space because you're opening your eyes, you're being lighthearted. And in that lightheartedness and that silliness, you're also allowing your most authentic self to shine through in a detached way where you're just like, I just love myself and I'm just going to be me and it's fun. You know, like that's kind of what silly energy is, and it's really gorgeous. Heavy manifestation vibes, though. You guys are really going to start to learn and see, like, say that there's someone that you look up to. Okay, someone whose life, maybe if from a lower vibrational standpoint, if it's someone else's life that we want, sometimes instead of inspiration, that can manifest as jealousy. Been there, telling you, it's human, right? But you're going to start to really look at situations like that, and even situations that you don't like, that you don't want to be like, and you're going to start to take a non-biased perspective and really just observe it. Not trying to assert your own will or your own opinion, just really quietly observing and receiving. And with that, you're going to be receiving like the clues and the action steps and the behavioral patterns and the mindsets and like how they carry their body, right? If someone is feeling good about themselves, their posture is good. As opposed to if you're having a down day and you're feeling really tired, you better bet your butt your shoulders are like slouching. They're kind of like, you're in maybe a bit more of a protective or like a closed physical stance. So you're going to really start to observe like, oh, this person that I really admire, they carry themselves like this. When something negative pops up, like they handle it like this, you know? So it's not, and it's important to note, it's not about you. This is all about you finding your own authentic sense of self and a lighthearted way of approaching things. It's not about you disregarding who you are and mimicking the people that you don't want to be like and forcing thoughts and behavioral patterns that are the exact opposite of what you don't want to be like. It's not like that. It's just more of like a lighthearted exploration of things so that you can find your own path in your own way. Ooh. Let's see how that wanted to come up. Yep. Oh, yes. Okay, 7 of Crystals, options and results. You're going to start looking at your options, and because of that, your results, like all of these new desires that you're going to begin to identify, it's like this world of opportunity is going to be able to open up for you, and then you're going to be able to learn also how to manifest it. It's exploration, it's discovery, and then because you'll be in alignment with your most authentic self, you'll naturally become into alignment with the things that are meant for you. The things that are meant for us will never pass us by. That's actually one of my favorite like esoteric quotes. Yes! See? Courage and commitment. King of Crystals. This tiger, did tigers approach things with self-doubt? No. They persevere. They understand they're powerful. Like, think about how a cat moves when they're stalking or like going towards their prey. There's something so, I mean, for me personally, there's something so like oddly inspiring and amazing about it. Just the way that they move their body. Yeah, you know what? Body language and watching how people move their bodies and carry themselves, that's going to play a very important role for you. Maybe you guys are very stoic people. You don't like to show emotion. And this is going to teach you how to open up a bit. This is really curious energy, but it's so beautiful. Now, the King of Crystals is the King of Pentacles in this deck. And so courage and commitment, it does take courage to look at things from a non-biased perspective, especially to look at things and people that we might be jealous of, and to try and look at it without that sense of ego taking over. That takes bravery. That does take courage. You know what? This is actually in this deck. This is a big manifestation card. So this is coming through and it's reassuring you whatever you desire to manifest, it is protected. These rewards and luxuries that you're wanting to manifest, they are destined for you, and you're going to be able to step into that state of abundance. Yeah, I just keep thinking, because I'm pretty sure this is an anteater. Can you imagine, just think about ants from a sense of quantity. okay? Typically when you find ants, there is an abundance of them. That's gonna be you. You're going to start to look at things from an abundance mindset, and that is such a great way to elevate your vibrational state. And the higher you elevate, like the more good things that are able to come into your life. The King of Crystals in this deck, he is highly content. He is very fulfilled. He feels very secure. And when he puts his eyes on something, he is determined. Okay? He is stable, he is determined, and he stays fixed on what he wants. I also can't help but notice that both of these are moving forward. So it's like you're going to be maintaining that balance, that good balance of staying present in the moment while you're observing, and then using those lessons and things that you learn and observe to then focus on what you want in order to move forward towards them. Very powerful energy. Woo. This is really, I don't think I've ever had a reading like this before, and I've been reading tarot for like, God, how long now? 12, 13 years now? Oh gosh, yeah, like 12, 13 years. Huh. Yeah, so this is a very massive shift for you if you choose to receive it. I always say free will is a thing. Tarot doesn't dictate our lives. It just shows us our energetic projections based off of our current vibrational states, and also kind of gives us little keys and clues about what is truly destined for us. And that's why messages from our spiritual team, our ancestors, and the universe, they all want the best for us. So they'll kind of sneak in hints and advice with tarot to help you get there, to help you get to what you deserve. And you deserve to be happy, damn it. Okay, so this deck here that I'm shuffling from Icarus Tarot, this is going to show us what you are ready to release. What needs to be, wow, what needs to be spring cleaned? You got Icarus himself. I don't know if you guys know, many of you probably do, but if you remember the tale of Icarus, that is when a son and the father were trapped in a tower, and to escape it, the father fixed together these wings for them made out of wax and feathers, and he warned Icarus that he couldn't fly too low to the ocean because that would ruin the feathers, and he couldn't fly too high towards the sun because that would melt the wax. And as we all know, who know the tale, of course, Icarus, he flew too high towards the sun, thus melting the wax, and then he fell. What I love about this deck, though, it acknowledges the basic inherent message of the tale, right? Where it's a warning to keep us from flying too high, but also it kind of challenges the message of the story and saying that sometimes that cautionary tale can actually prevent us from seeking out our full potential. So the main message through this deck is that Icarus's story isn't actually cautioning us against thinking too big, but warning us of getting distracted. Because Icarus, his goal wasn't to fly towards the sun. His goal was freedom from the tower that he was imprisoned in. Flying towards the sun felt like freedom to him, but his true freedom was getting across the ocean and back onto solid ground. So it tells us to analyze our values, our inner core morals and value systems that guide us, and to ask us to observe and identify the things that aren't necessarily our end goal, right? Our end motivations and missions, but they kind of feel like it. comfort is a distraction in many ways. So a lot of you have been holding yourselves back, and this is coming up and saying something that's time to spring clean and get rid of the energetic anchors of distraction and of this misguided belief that you're not meant for more. If you're completely content and happy in your life right now and you desire for nothing, that's fantastic. Keep trucking along that path. But most of you, if not all of you, selecting this pile, you were drawn to it for a reason. And that reason is because you want more for your life. And you're going to start to figure out what needs to happen to get it. So this is about setting aside fears of failure and being encouraged to jump out of the tower of imprisonment. So it's like you have a choice. You can either stay in this tower of self-imposed beliefs and, die in that tower of self-imposed beliefs, always wondering what if, or you can risk what feels very scary, which is getting outside of our comfort zone. And it also feels very scary sometimes and very intimidating to go after what we want, because then fears of failure creep in. The King of Crystals does not fear failure. He does not. And it's because he stays focused on his gazelle, He stays focused on what he wants. And he stays committed to it. Maybe he does experience fear or doubt sometimes, Maybe the gazelle, when he's chasing it, starts to sprint much further than he feels capable of keeping up with. But that doesn't faze him because he stays committed to the chase. Ooh, yes. So this is all about how it's time for you to, a part of your spring cleaning is letting go of the things, the energetic anchors that have been holding you back, letting go of fear and flying forward. I find it kind of interesting that there's like a helicopter flying by as we're talking about flying. Let's see what else we have here for pile number 3. Ooh, the moon. Okay. This is all about, look, it kind of looks like she's praying. What do we typically pray for? We pray for what we want. Okay. This is also talking about embodying feminine energy. Feminine energy is receptive. So this is showing me here, oh, wow. It's time to stop praying for what you want without jumping from the tower. Obviously, this goes without saying, but I feel like I have to say it anyways. Obviously, don't literally jump out of a tower. I don't think that you guys are, but I just feel like I have to say that, maybe even just for legal purposes. Don't go jumping out of actual towers. This is all metaphorical. But this is also, I'm seeing, keeping yourself hidden. There might be also a mother, grandmother, sister, friend, some kind of very, very feminine maternal energy that's been holding you back. It could be from a source of protection, right? Sometimes our caregivers, parents, whatever, people who care about us, they fear us falling and failing because they fear pain for us, they want to protect us. But sometimes that reaches a point of it kicking us out of balance, and it keeps us from flying forward. So if that is a situation in your life, it's time to release that anchor because it has become an anchor. You were meant to fly, my friends. You were meant to fly. It's all about balance too, right? Because the whole point of Icarus, in order for him to stay successful, was not only to stay focused on his end goal of what he actually wanted, but to not fly too high to the sun and to not fly too low to the ocean waters. This can be a very dreamy energy. Sometimes we can get so lost in our dreams and daydreaming about it that we forget to take action. So it's time to have courage and to take action. And water symbol, as we know, symbolizes emotions, and the moon controls our emotions because it controls the water in many ways. I also find it interesting, I don't know why this is coming through, but did you know that during full moons, sometimes animals will act really strange? Like a full moon can affect animals in such a way that it makes them act really different and weird. I have noticed that with my dog sometimes. It doesn't happen with every full moon, but it's enough to where I've noticed every once in a while there's that full moon where like it's like he's restless or something, or just I don't know. It's just odd. He acts different. So, something that can help you as well is getting in tune with the moon. Look up the magic of the moon and how to align your behaviors of, what's a favorable behavior to do as the moon is waning as opposed to waxing, and vice versa. I want to double check the book for this. Yes. Okay. So, yes. So inspiration, peace, hope, renewal. After the dark of a moonless night, moonrise can feel like a new dawn. The moon has always heralded a new time, a strange time that calls to primal urges and ancient spirituality. After a dark night, the moon offers a sense of hope and serenity because there is light to see. It is a time of quiet contemplation and a hope or spark of renewal. So, wow, yeah, you guys are in tune because this represents like cycles of life, of birth, regrowth, and resurrection, like death and resurrection, which is, hello, is spring. This says you can bring about new change, shedding the old and unnecessary and beginning whole again. And it talks about of our connection to a greater purpose or being in the universe. Hot damn, you guys! Wow, that's amazing. All right, I hope that has guided you in a way that makes sense of how to move forward and what things to release. Distractions are so easy, especially in today's day and age. Good Lord. Now, these next few cards, I'm going to be using the Before Tarot. As you guys can probably tell, aside from this deck here, most of these decks I've never used on the channel before. I've used this one for clients, but never on the channel, so I love it. I'm embracing the newness as well. Ooh, it's so good. It's fun. It's exciting, and also it's inspiring to have a dream. You know? Like, we can always look at our actions and observe and analyze our actions and ask ourselves the question of, okay, is my behavior fear-based right now, or is it love-based? One of my favorite professors, he would always say that most of us, because of just a broken school system and just ways of learning, most of us have learned to operate within the world of learning from a fear-based place. I have to go to class because if I don't, then I'll fail. And if I fail, it's a lot of fear. As opposed to, I really love what I am learning. And that's what's bringing me to school every day. Easier said than done. But that professor, he changed my life. And for better or worse, from that point forward, so many of my actions, I'm like, you know what? If I don't love this, and then it's not in alignment with who I am, and I don't think I can do it. You know? If it's not in alignment with who you are, why would you do it? Maybe other people are imposing their own personal expectations of you. Screw that. It's time to drop that. It's not about them. It's your life, not theirs. Okay? The only responsibility that you have is to yourself, not to them. These are the fulfillment and focus on your desires, no one else's. Now, okay, lots of anecdotes and stories coming through for you guys. I hope you all like metaphors. I don't know. I feel like more so pretty intensely with your group than any of the other ones so far, but we'll see. Now, this deck is going to try and show us some more specifics because, of course, this is pretty deep and all-encompassing. I want to see what other maybe specific blessings that this spring equinox is bringing into your life. Ooh, yes, Seven of Pentacles reversed. You are going to be questioning what you invest your time in. Is it worth the investment? Is it something that you actually want? What do you actually want to work towards? You know, the Eight of Pentacles talks about mastery and like mastery of something, of a project or something that you want to learn. And it also talks about, it can symbolize work. So maybe some of you, you know, my manifesting a new job story came through for a reason. Maybe that's something that you guys want to manifest too. Try what I tried. It's worth it, I'm telling you. But also, the fact that it's coming reverse is all about you going within and observing what you truly desire. What do you truly want to master and work towards? It's your life. You deserve to feel fulfilled. Queen of Wands. Yeah, some of you guys have been people-pleasing. As far as work, meeting expectations of other people. It's time to go within and do what you actually want. Identify what you actually want. This could also show that some of you have been rejecting. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. Rejecting shadow work, and this deck just fell all over. So, yeah, delays. Okay, give me a second. I gotta clean up. Okay, you guys. I hope that you're not minding all of these story-based messages that are coming through, because I can't control it. You know, I'm just channeling, but this is insane. Yet another story. So, as your Eight of Wands reversed came up, talking about delays, that was when all the cards spilled. As I was cleaning up, picking up the cards, I looked out the window and I saw that, you know, my puppers was still just chilling outside. He loves being outside. Seriously, that boy would freaking live outside if I let him, but nope, he's an indoor dog, whether he likes it or not. Just kidding. Don't worry. He gets lots of outside time. But here's the thing. My fur baby, bless his heart, is too clever for his own good, and he has escaped the yard multiple times because he's just curious. He can't help it. But naturally, of course, it terrifies me, petrifies me. So whenever I leave him outside, he loves to just sunbathe on the porch. So I just have a leash out there, keep him leashed up. Everyone's happy. When I went outside to grab him, to bring him back inside before continuing recording, he's been outside for like 30, 45 minutes, and his leash was not attached. He was left to his own free devices, me unknowingly, because I just slipped up as a dog mom. Ugh. And he stayed. He still just chilled on the porch, which brought through a message so... Oh, I want to swear so bad because it's so passionate. So heavily that if you're not loyal to your desires, you haven't been loyal to your desires, and you haven't been trusting your desires. And that is what has been bringing through all of these blocks and delays. This is a salamander right here. I think of it as like a baby salamander. So it's like he's being blocked from moving forward. And salamanders talk about all about like desire and passion. You're not trusting it. And it's showing me that a little bit of trust will pleasantly surprise you. So trust those primal instincts, those desires, and let them lead you to what you actually want. A little bit of self-care can go a long way. Side note, make sure you're drinking enough water. Self-care sometimes is as simple as that. Make sure that you're getting the nutrients in the water that you need. Wow. Again, I'm sorry for the long stories. I just, yeah, see? Oh my word. Yeah, your wishes have been blocked. This is I'm honestly, for most of you, I'm getting blocks and delays as far as like wishes granted and what you want. This is also showing me, though, there are a few of you who you might be on the opposite end of the spectrum, and you've been letting your impulses kind of run amok. You've been allowing them to control you to the point of it being distractions. So, and maybe it's a little bit of both. So you'll know where you end up on that spectrum. That's just another note for some of you. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay. This is interesting. Okay, so obviously we got a lot, but this one was the one that was facing up. If some of you have lost hope on finding a soulmate or healing and resolving family issues, this is coming through and saying another blessing that's coming for you via the spring equinox is the washing out and clearing and healing and just reprieve and saving from any maybe toxic, overbearing, or just otherwise just general unpleasantness, any unpleasantness within your family dynamic or within a soulmate relationship or the lack thereof. That is washing away. There is healing coming through for you. In the traditional, because this is the before tarot, so in the traditional tarot deck, you see the rainbow, they're standing under a rainbow, everyone's happy, it symbolizes ultimate emotional fulfillment, right? And this is showing that that's where you are. You're right before that. You're right before that. I also find it kind of cute because spring is when we start to get rains, right? April showers bring May flowers. That's it, right? I don't know. Honestly, you guys, when I channel, like, my human brain turns off, and I just, sometimes I feel like I'll listen back, and I'm like, wow, that was really, I know what that is. How did I not know what that was in the moment? Anyways, don't be hard on yourself. Try not to lose hope. The moon talked about hope. You know, the King of Crystals, he's a very family-oriented person. And this can also, so like the ultimate kind of father and or business figure. Same thing with his counterpart, the Queen of Pentacles, the ultimate CEO and dream partner and dream parent, you know. Best of all worlds. And a lot of it is because their passions, their desires, their emotions, and their dreams have been grounded and manifested into reality, into the 3D. I see that happening for you. If you guys are still looking for your King of Pentacles, be it a prosperous business, maybe some of you are entrepreneurs. Ooh, I could see that. Wow, yeah, some of you guys are going to start a new business. That's exciting. And it's really going to help out your family in the long term. It might be a little topsy-turvy in the beginning, but that's just while you're learning and establishing your footing. Watch Miss Congeniality. It's a little topsy-turvy for her in the beginning too, but she gets it figured out. She gets it together. So, yeah, whatever you want, stay focused on and trust yourself to stay committed to get there without getting distracted. Trust your desires. Trust those primal animalistic instincts, because they're going to lead you to the results that you want, to the dreams that you want. Your wishes have been delayed. I'm seeing that, but they're on the way. This is the before tarot, right? That means that it's on its way to you. You are probably in the midst of escaping the things of a lack of emotional fulfillment. You're on your way. You're moving towards emotional fulfillment. That is beautiful. So if you want a new job, King of Pentacles showing up, very, very positive omen for that, especially with everything that came through earlier. and it will be very emotionally fulfilling for you. And I'm actually showing that it'll be better than you ever even imagined. It's like you have your needs at this level and your wants at this level, and whatever this is, whatever new opportunities you're coming into are going to surpass even your wants and come in at this level, and you're going to be like, oh my god, you guys are satisfying wants that I never even realized that I wanted. This can also symbolize commitment from a lover, from a partner. It doesn't have to be a masculine, but maybe if you are masculine and you've been wishy-washy about whether or not you want to commit to something, you're going to start to observe things, see them for what they are, break free of fear, come into a place of love and hope, and that's going to help you see what you actually want to commit to. And the right answer isn't always the partner that you're currently with. You know, it can be, but ultimately it's up to you. You are the only one who knows. And if you've had a partner or a situation where you've just been lacking commitment, that's coming into your life. You're going to be moving into that happier place. You have to have the rain before you can have the rainbow. Oh, you guys, this is all of the readings so far. I knew it. All of the readings so far have been so deep, but it's so beautiful. I love the rebirth messages that came through too. All right, to wrap things up, and then we'll just pull one of my new runes. We're going to look at what harvests of winter you will be successfully bringing forward with you, right? Because even though this is about spring cleaning, rebirth, and renewal, and maybe say it was a really crappy winter, there were still lessons learned. There were still gemstones in there that you are going to get to take forward with you. So what blessings have you either grown into or harvested, or you're going to begin to experience because of all of what you went through this winter and all of what you, I'm hearing wanted this winter? Huh. Basically, what parts of the past are gifts of the past are going to be coming with you. Wow, you got Eight of Pentacles reversed again. Huh. Oh my god, and back of the deck energy, 10 of Cups reversed again. Man, could the universe be screaming at us any freaking louder? You guys are going to be finding some new perspectives, I'll tell you that much. I'm going to read for you, because sometimes the messages, the panda message with this deck are really cute. And either way, they're always really cute. So I'm going to read them for you, and then we'll get into it. So starting with the Eight of Pentacles, the panda message is, once, twice, and thrice. The more I practice, the more I suffice. Every day I do the grind, and more skills and efficiency I shall find. I'm always leveling up. What are you doing to catch up? So yeah, honing in on your craft. This is also saying something that you'll be bringing in with you. Because the Eight of Pentacles reverse can talk about being a workaholic, being a perfectionist, and paying like too much attention to detail. And the Observer is all about paying attention to detail. So you're going to be learning how to bring that attention to detail, that commitment to your work, into a sense of balance. And yeah, ultimately you guys are leveling up. This is a reassurance as well, is don't feel disheartened if you struggle with this energy for a little bit, or not even struggle. That sounds negative. Let's reframe it. If you continue learning from this energy for a little bit, I can see that for you. But again, you're going to begin observing it, seeing it, identifying it, and learning how to bring it into a sense of balance and completion. If there's some kind of like emotional fulfillment that you've lost hope on, it's a waiting game, okay? It's a waiting game. And here's the thing, because those messages with vibrational alignment, that came through for a reason. And I always make sure to bring this up, especially like with my clients in love readings, but just in general with love readings. sometimes it can be a little complicated because, you know the song by Sam Smith, Make It To Me? In that song, if you haven't heard it, listen to it, because, oh my gosh, his vocals are amazing and off the bat. And I have a feeling that will move you emotionally in a way that your soul needs to experience. But Sam Smith, as he's singing the song, like, he's ready for his soulmate. He's ready. Wow. And I just looked at the clock and it was like 1555. So big confirmation there. So a lot of you guys are feeling ready for your soulmate, but maybe your soulmate isn't ready for you. And that's where it gets a little messy sometimes with love readings, where both of you have to be in vibrational alignment, and it's frustrating sometimes, at least for an impatient person like myself, to have to wait for the other person to come into alignment. And if that waiting phase ends up turning too long, it's still a game of waiting for, if not that specific person, a person, like your person, coming into alignment and meeting with each other. So not all hope is lost, okay? Say there's one person that you really have your heart set on. This is saying, like, if it's not them, someone equally as good or better is coming in for you. You just have to wait and not lose hope. It's coming. The 10 of Cups came up twice for you. Twice. If that's not a confirmation that your happy ending is on its way, I don't know what is. So, here's the panda message for the 10 of Cups. Here you are, time for a bear hug. Your dreams will always come true, and you deserve love and joy and eternal sweetness. The pandas will always love you. We love you just as much as the universe does. So make sure that you, bear that in mind. Gross. I hate dad jokes. I mean, everyone hates dad jokes, you know. Anyways. The fact that it came up in reverse, some of the shadow attributes as far as this deck goes, is like suffering, ingratitude, and sometimes even a sense of entitlement. So that might be something that maybe for you to observe or to work on if that resonates. But I do find the ingratitude message interesting because we had this sense of gratitude message coming through earlier. So I see that being a big key for you. Okay, I hope all this is making sense. I feel like there are a lot of different messages coming through, but ultimately the core message kind of feels the same. So now I'm just gonna pull a rune for you. Any final messages of blessings? Ooh, okay, it was. I feel like it's interesting. I feel like that rune comes up a lot on this channel. I have yet to figure out what that means. There's something with the collective, man. But it talks about, it translates directly to horse, which is a very powerful symbol. Also a very regal and noble symbol. But also transportation, change, harmony, teamwork, and loyalty and trust. Oh yes, and trust. And that trusting your desires message came through. Okay, so some of you, if we're looking at this directly, some of you might be getting new mode of transportation, whatever that looks like for you, whatever you desire. Maybe it's a new bike, a new car, a new, I don't know, subway pass. I don't know. Or maybe this new job is going to cause you to relocate to a more desirable place. That won't be for all of you, obviously, but either way, there's going to be change for you. So whatever you are feeling right now, because this can talk about suffering. And I'm sorry. It always makes me so like upset on your guys' behalfs when that message comes through, because I'm a protective person, and the same goes for the people I read for you guys, you know, like I'm protective of you guys. So it's upsetting for me when I hear that you guys are suffering. But so If you are, this is coming through and saying, reassuring you that changes are happening. Be loyal to your dreams. Trust your I said genes. Trust your dreams. And this can also encourage the slight hint of you don't have to go after your dreams on your own. You can use teamwork. Icarus had his dad. You know, his dad made him his wings, which isn't usually a part of the story that's emphasized, but that's coming through for some reason. So I see a sense of teamwork and stability changing for you. There's a big opportunity for change on the way for you, my pile number 3s. Oh yeah, especially within family dynamics, or like if you want to build a family or create a family. Start observing and looking at new ways that can happen for you, and practicing how you can manifest it by getting yourself into that vibrational state of gratitude. Another manifestation trick that I liked to use a lot, especially when I was younger. For some reason I don't use it as much anymore, but anyways, imagine and understand and believe the fact that what you want is out there for you. What you want to manifest, it's out there for you. And if you think of it as like a paycheck that's coming to you, right? So it's not here yet. Like you finish up your pay period at work and you know that you don't have the paycheck immediately, but that it's on its way to you. Same thing with your manifestation. So maybe thinking about it as that paycheck that is undoubtedly on its way to you. You just have to be patient. So learning how to master some manifestation rituals and ways, and just learning and exploring that, I see that as really helping you guys facilitate change as well. Oh, okay. Big messages, big change coming through for you, my beautiful pile number 3s. I hope that this has helped you. If it vibed with you, if it resonated, then you can drop a comment down below and make my day. I love it when you guys comment. Or at least just boop that like button so that I know that you guys liked it. And of course, if you haven't already and your vibes vibe with my vibes, go ahead and subscribe, join the tribe. Otherwise, until next time, my friends. Bye, guys. Hello, sweet souls, beautiful humans who selected pile number 4. Welcome to your reading. You guys selected this fluorite point. Fluorite is really great for cleansing, purification, and detoxing, if that's something that you feel like you need going into spring. But anyways, you guys selected this card, Fatalist. Big, big, big balance, trust, and acceptance card vibes on this. This sounds really bizarre, and I don't want you to take it negatively, okay? But the message coming through is something along the lines of like, this sounds so weird. Whatever. It's the message, and I can't say anything else until I say it. That's just how this works. But recognizing that you're better than some people, like that doesn't sound like something that anyone should ever say, but it's a message that's coming through. So maybe that's something that you need to recognize, that you're better than a situation that you're in, or just taking it directly. I don't know. Comment down below how that ties to you directly. But yeah, look, like she's balancing. Not only is she balancing, but she's balancing with a freaking blindfold. That is so hard to do. Like, stand up right now and try and balance just on one leg and then close your eyes. That's insane. It's so hard, right? So you are going to be tackling any kind of hardships that come up for you with grace, and you are going to be unfazed. I see a lot of self-love, a lot of, like grace and like a sense of regality. Is that a word? Being regal, because the purples and the greens are standing out. Feeling noble, feeling better than your circumstances. Oh, this is, yeah, finding balance. Finding balance for sure. Let's see. That's so interesting. And then you get the 10 of crystals, 10 of pentacles in reverse, stability and attainment. Okay, so this spring, I see that you guys are going to be moving into a potentially unstable time. Now, unstable times don't always have to be, honestly, you're going to be unfazed by it, so I wouldn't let that freak you out. But a lot of times, instability comes from uncertainty and change. So perhaps some of this newness is going to create some instability in your life. But again, you're going to be incredibly trusting, incredibly unfazed, and you're going to maintain balance. You're not going to be falling because of this instability. Let's see, pile number 4. Oop, this one wanted to come out. Oh yeah, strength, courage, and endurance. Okay. So elephants, immediately, my connection with elephants makes me think of Ganesh, the remover of obstacles. So whatever comes into your path this coming spring equinox, I'm seeing it will require strength and balance and trust within yourself and your own capabilities and also within the universe. But ultimately, obstacles will be removed for you. You just need to have courage and endurance to get through whatever these changes are. Interesting. So it's like a topsy-turviness, like your ground really shaking up, but like, and again, not only is she balancing, but she's balancing on a wheel. Are you guys gymnasts or something? Goodness, that's maybe in the 3D world, like you're super physically active, or I can see this spring, maybe you guys want like, what's it called? Like the hot girl summer, you know, where like you really embrace wanting to be like your best self physically, whatever that means for you. And for a lot of people, that means feeling strong. Yeah, so going to the gym. Oh, yeah, some of you guys are going to increase your physical activity. Get going to the gym. Woo. Oh, wow. I had the book in with the deck. That's kind of funny. Yeah, okay, so little unexpected surprises like that. Like, what the hell? How did that happen? But at the end of the day, it's just the book, you know? It wasn't some catastrophic change. It was just some unexpected surprise. This deck is going to show us what needs to be spring cleaned, what those energetic anchors are that are ready to be released. Stagnation, the Hanged Man reversed. There's also some false perspectives that you have been tricked into believing, either by yourself because you wish it to be true or you fear it to be true, or someone else has tricked you into it. Oh my God, and look, balance again. So much balance is coming in for you. That's bizarre. It's even the same leg. Okay, so your left side. So, okay. I knew that this was going to come up on my channel at some point. Within the spiritual community or esoteric or whatever, energetic, the left side of the body is considered masculine, I guess, and the right side is considered feminine. But for me personally, that has never resonated. Because the left side of your body is receptive and the right side of your body is like the yang energy, like giving, forward movement as opposed to receiving. So for me personally, and if you're on my channel, it's because it's for a reason, right? So the fact that I personally see the left side as the feminine side means that despite what society says, I'm telling you, that's just how it has always felt for me. The left side of my body has always felt like the more feminine, energetic side. The fact that we have that coming up twice is showing me that your emotional balance, you're coming into an emotional balance, which is fantastic news, especially within a state of instability. You know, normally those are very stressful, anxiety-ridden times. Nope, I'm not seeing that for you guys. You guys are reaching spiritual enlightenment in many ways. But yeah, you're also coming into a sense of balance and acceptance with being able to receive. And so much trust. Either way, though, your feminine energy is coming into balance double time. And you're going to really be trusting your intuition as well, I'm seeing. I'm also seeing, I was going to say patience, but passion came through. Passion and endurance. Yeah, so some of you are really going to many of you are really going to get into and to begin to reap the rewards of some form of physical movement. It doesn't have to be going to the gym, although for a lot of you, especially because of this here, I'm seeing that it will be. It might be a new hobby, Pilates, yoga, gymnastics, there's like a power balance type of exercise as well that I recently heard about. But anyways, you're getting physically and emotionally strong. Oh, wow, yeah. In the world reverse. Okay. What I really like about the fact that we have the feminine energy coming into balance is that I'm getting that many of my pile number 4s are givers. And you give too much and you need to practice on receiving. For some of us, I personally had to work on this for a while, I would get really uncomfortable with like accepting gifts and receiving things from people, receiving compliments. Like I was just like, no. It took a lot of practice and a lot of work with my divine feminine before I was able to come into a healthy state of balance with that. So many of you have been maybe even taken advantage of because of how generous you are with your heart, your time, and your emotions with your world. You're letting go of that. It's time to let go of that. It's time for you to learn how to receive. It's time for you to learn boundaries. Look at how she's holding her hands. It's like, no. Learning to say no and learning to protect your inner world. Yeah. Also, if some of you may have been isolating yourself this past winter, preach. It's time to release that. It's because that has been spinning you into out of balance. It was necessary, okay? It was necessary. It's not like you were doing anything wrong. But moving into spring, one of those new beginnings is to begin to explore the world outside of yourself. I see that you have... It's interesting. It's like your energetic anchors. I mean, aside from being tricked into one way or another into a perspective that doesn't serve you or that's false, and you'll be able to identify what that is. But other than that, the only other energetic anchor that you need to release is actually something really beautiful that served you well. It's just run its course. It's at the end of its season. It was only meant to serve you for a specific period of time. So this is just a gentle reminder, a gentle nudge from the universe saying, okay, it's this way of being is done now. It looks like, congratulations, you've done a good job at doing the inner work, going within, noticing how and respecting how you want your inner world to feel. Also, if you've been blocked from doing traveling, I see like unexpected surprises coming in. So say you have kiddos and you can't find a babysitter so that you can go on XYZ adventures or trips. All of a sudden, someone's going to hit you up, like a family member, friend, or something is going to hit you up, and like these opportunities, unexpected surprises are going to hit you up, and they're going to be like, hey, I am looking to make a little extra cash. Like, can I ever watch your kids, or dog sitting, cat sitting, house sitting, whatever it is. Like, there's going to be an unexpected deal on a flight, the trip that you want to go on. You just have to open yourself up to the energy. And that's a part of why this is coming through and saying, okay, it's time for you to travel. And, you know, that ties in really beautifully with the instability message that comes through. Because traveling is a really, really fun, exciting, and sometimes challenging, but in a positive way, of getting outside of your comfort zone. Maybe you're going somewhere where they speak an entirely different language. That is challenging, but it is incredibly fulfilling and fun and an enriching experience. I'm seeing things like that coming in for you. But if you stay stuck in your little world, it's never going to come for you. I remember as well, this ties in with the Hanged Man reverse. I was always like a bookworm, focused on studying, never made time to like go out and do things. And then eventually, when I graduated, one of the places that I visited was Holland. And I still have this flashbulb memory because it was such a simple but such an impactful moment to my soul. I still, it like slapped me across the face a bit. Reality did. We went to this really cute little restaurant, and it was pouring rain outside. But it was like it was like a cobblestone street leading up to it, you know, as many places in Europe have, which I adore. I love that. But it was this cobblestone street outside, and they didn't close the doors when it started raining. The doors were open. And you guys, I still remember I was just sitting there in this vibrant, new, completely outside of anything that I expected, completely outside of my comfort zone environment. And it was just so fun and peaceful, and hearing the rain outside. And I just remember looking outside, and that moment just slapped me. And I was like, wow, I have been so stuck in my inner world and in my own perspectives. I've been missing out on the world. It was, and honestly, I don't feel like those words that I just spoke do the story justice, because nothing could ever express how profound that experience was. But I see moments like that happening for you. It's time to release saying no to opportunities like that. I'd been offered opportunities to go on trips time and time again. And even, it doesn't have to be as big as Europe, you know, it could even just be a cute little weekend trip with friends or family or whatever. But I would always just say no and stay in my little world. And my perspective, my false perspective, told me I was doing the right thing. No. And it kind of took my breath away in that moment, because I was like, wow, I have not wasted time, because there was a lesson in it, but in some ways it felt like, wow, I have wasted time. Look at all these missed opportunities that I've said no to because I've just been stuck in my own little world. And traveling is a fantastic way of getting out of your world, opening up your mind, seeing how other people do things, seeing how other people interact. Like, I'm seeing stuff like that for you. You just have to choose to receive it. Maybe some of you haven't even traveled outside of your state before. This is coming through and saying it's time. Do it. Be brave. Do it. And if you're worried about money, because we do have the 10 of crystals, the 10 of pentacles in reverse. If you're worried about money, don't be. It's gonna work out. Some way, somehow, the universe is going to support you, because it's your time. It's your season to come into this new time of travel, for sure. You know, and maybe even, oh wow, you guys just got, it just like kind of flipped out, but it didn't land, so I'm not going to take it. But the Page of Wands, that's all about, look, he's looking at hieroglyphs. This is all about travel and adventure, and wow, okay. Wow, that completely sideswiped me. I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh, yes, maybe that can be a part of your motivation. Maybe you're not feeling super healthy in your body right now, you know, and vacation has pictures left and right. So maybe that can serve as a part of your motivation. I preach. I'm going somewhere in August, and I'm not a person who likes to go to the gym. I like exercise to be an indirect effect, so like yoga or dance or something like that. But for the first time ever, I feel inspired in a healthy way to go to the gym and to get healthy and to just, I'm not attached to some crazy idea in my mind of what I want my body to look like, but I just want to feel healthy and make constructive steps forward to improve my figure in ways that will make me feel better. Screw what society thinks. I don't give a shit. And you shouldn't either. What society thinks. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, and it manifests itself in way too many ways to count. You know, we cannot be put in a box as far as what beauty is. But that's what's beautiful about it, is like, that's not what it's about. It's just about like your own little personal journey that you're going on, and you can use it as motivation to maybe do the harder things. You know, being endurance is, that is not my strong suit. Let me just tell you that. Okay, let's see. Oh, I knew it. Oh, I knew it. Oh my God, I knew it. Okay. Okay, so yes, the Eight of Wands. Guess what that talks about? Travel. Oh, I love it. Yes. Okay, some kind of trip is going to be coming to you this spring, or like you're going to be planning it at least this spring. But for many of you, it will be this spring. And it's going to be everything that you've wished for. Also, this spring, if you don't get it this spring, then you will get it this summer. It'll be one of the two. A wish that you want is going to be granted. A wish that you want is going to be granted. Because, so this is the Before Tarot. And I've been using this deck. I set the intention for this deck to show us like more specific blessings that will be coming to you this spring, that you have the choice to receive if you want to this spring. And yeah, there's a wish. This is the wish fulfillment card. This is happiness. This is joy. He's almost done filling up the cups. So again, this is the Before Tarot. It's not there quite yet, but it almost is. And Eight of Wands could talk about messages as well. So there might be an important message or an important form of communication that will be a blessing for you coming through. Maybe you'll be finding something out that you've been wanting the answer to for a long time. But again, you guys are... Let me know what your trips are. Please let me know what your trips are. Like, because I knew it. I knew it. All right. What else for pile number 4? No wonder you had that like positive instability. Let's travel all day. Cool. Ooh. Some of you are hesitant about wanting to receive it though, which I understand. Yeah, some of you guys want to... Oh, wow, you got strength twice. Okay. So, all right. So we got the King of Cups in reverse. And then strength in reverse. Let's get one more card. Yeah, some of you guys have been resisting, or you'll want to resist the transition into this new season. But that will only bring heartbreak because, okay, you guys got 2. Well, whatever. We'll take it, I suppose. Hang on. Let me straighten these. That probably looks a little messy, so I apologize if it does, but you guys are the only deck that got an extra card for this one. So, yeah. All right. So, blessings this spring. You are going to be able to start finding solutions. If you've been feeling like an outcast, but for most of you, it's like financial poverty. And it doesn't have to be as intense as poverty, right? It can just be like, maybe you guys have been struggling with a lot of debt. You're going to start to find the solutions to that. Ooh, okay. Yeah, you're going to start to find a sense of hope, and a sense that you're gonna find your sanctuary. You're gonna find your answers for that. Now, yeah, and then we have the 7 of Pentacles, which talks about investments. So you guys are going to really start to work hard and commit and just invest and respect the process. He's not at the 10 of Pentacles yet. And I'm seeing, like, you're not going to get your 10 of Pentacles this spring. This is a single season. But he can still stop and admire the fact that he has grown 7 pentacles. He has success in 7 different areas of his life. Maybe you'll be going on 7 different trips. This one is a little more versatile. I'm seeing this one is manifesting very differently for each of you. But ultimately, it does talk about there are investments that you're going to start working towards. Again, for some of you, it's going to the gym or starting a fitness program or healthy eating or something like that. You're going to start to build the future and build the garden of your life in a way that you want. You're going to be finding your inner strength. Okay, so remember the messages about trust that came through? So again, this is the before tarot. In the traditional tarot, this lion is already tamed. She's at peace. The beast is at peace. Everything is balanced. But this has yet to happen. Look at her face. She is not afraid at all. But we got it in reverse, which is showing me some of that fear. A blessing coming through for you is that if some of you guys have that fear, especially around money, I'm seeing, maybe you guys don't have yet the best financial habits. Maybe you guys want to learn more about financial habits and how to invest your money, but the endeavor seems scary, or you don't trust yourself to be able to learn it. That's something that you're going to be facing this spring. And you're going to be learning that inner trust. And in doing that, you are going to find that inner strength. Also, emotional balance was a message that had come through earlier. So the King of Cups reversed is all about emotional balance and about asking the questions of, how can I bring an increased sense of emotional stability into my life? So amidst all of this, that you're going to be working on all of these changes and whatnot, the question that you'll want to ask yourself is, how can I maintain a sense of home, a sense of groundedness, a sense of inner balance, a sense of inner strength and inner stability, and inner just emotional well-being amongst all of that? And you guys are figuring it out. A lot of confirmational cards over here. I love it. Yeah, so definitely some trips, communication that you've been wanting to come through. You're going to be finding some emotional stability and moving away from people maybe who have been causing this imbalanced perspective or falsehood. You're going to be able to identify that and figure out ways to heal that situation, whatever that looks like for you. Very interesting. Yeah, a lot of balanced strength. So much balanced strength. And a wish coming true. Again, if the wish doesn't come true for you this spring, it will be this summer. And this is also showing me that whatever actions that you feel guided to take and that you begin to take as you move forward through the spring season is in effect doing what this guy is doing, and it's like you're filling the 9 cups. So you're doing what this spring you will be doing what you need to do in order to make your dreams come true, in order to make a wish come true. Excellent. And I'm also seeing you guys are going to need to be a little stubborn, which is interesting because I feel like in times of instability, you kind of get this message of like learning to go with the flow. You know, you kind of roll with the punches. But for some reason, with you guys, I'm seeing the opposite. It's like, don't roll with the punches. You're going to find a way to, again, maintain balance without having to adapt or change too much to meet this situation. This situation is going to learn to bend to your will eventually. You're going to be finding that balance. I hope that makes sense. That was odd. It was an interesting message. Anyways, wrapping things up, and then with this last deck, and then we'll pull one of my new runes. As you guys can tell, I'm kind of embracing the newness because I've used this deck for clients before, but I'm pretty sure I haven't ever used it on the channel. And I've used this deck before on the channel, but other than that, everything else is like new to the channel, really. So yeah, yay newness. Anyways, yeah, I have such a good feeling about this spring, you guys. Motivation. Ooh, motivation too. Especially with, if you felt like your world has been paused, things are going to start moving forward again. If you've been feeling a lack of motivation, ooh, you're going to start getting stuff done. There's going to be some fast moving energy, and motivation is not going to be a problem for you. Now for this final deck, this is going to show us what you have harvested over the winter, what you will be bringing with you, what lessons were learned, what gifts will you be bringing with you into spring from winter, right? So even if it was a crappy winter, no matter what, yes, we need to do spring cleaning. There's stuff that we need to release, but that's not to negate the goodness and the purpose of the last season that you guys spent, right? That you guys invested in. So we're going to see what goodness, what things you'll be bringing with you forward into this spring season that you got this past winter. Okay. 8 of Swords. Okay. And King of Pentacles. Okay. Look how happy he is. He's so cute. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to read the little panda messages that come with this deck. All right, so 8 of Swords. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to hold it up. It's right here. Because I can't really, I guess that's the best way that you would say that. But what this talks about is problem solving. Many of you guys have been, it says, anticipating danger and exercising caution. You know what? If you've spent a ton of time this winter anticipating danger, maybe fearing change, feeling trapped in some way, I'm seeing that has taught you lessons that is going to allow you that place of trust and inner stability. You somehow, some way, you learning how to escape your own mental prisons, or at least being aware that your mental prison was there, being aware of, it's helping you master your mind. It helps you master your mind. And if you're not feeling that yet, you will begin to feel the positive effects of that, the rewards of that this spring. Now, the King of Pentacles, the panda messages, I've got the biggest pentacle in the panda grounds. Yes, please admire it. It is an exquisite acquisition, if I do say so myself. What's that? You need to borrow some bamboos to start your own chair company? Sure. Always down to invest in young talent such as yourself. Plus, I'm too rich anyways. Now go out there and change the world. You guys have been worried about financial abundance? Or you've been feeling a sense of financial lack? Going through that has taught you not only to appreciate abundance, but to learn how to cultivate abundance, to learn how to reach that place of financial stability. And your generous spirit isn't going to go anywhere. So don't worry about that. As you learn to, you can still be a generous spirit with drawing boundaries and learning to balance it out with receptivity. Okay. So yeah, you guys are going to be moving into a state of financial abundance because of the lessons that you learned this past winter. This also talks about win-win situations and becoming abundance-minded. So I think too, especially for my money fearful types, I think too, the more that you travel, the more that you get out of your head, the more that you're going to recognize that in order to, what's the saying? It's like in order to make money, you have to spend money. But also you're going to understand that money doesn't hold power over you. It's just a tool. That's it. It's not good. It's not bad. It's just a tool. And you're going to begin to learn how to be happy using that tool. And you're going to become a master of using that tool of money in order to, yes, maintain a sense of financial stability, but also using it for what you're saving it for to begin with, using it to travel, using it to be generous in ways that you wish to be, using it to have fun. Ooh, that's powerful for sure. Okay, I feel a little breathless with your guys' pile, and I will say I'm pretty sure it's the fastest moving pile so far. Every other pile, for some reason or another, I've had to like stop the video and then resume for different reasons every time. With your pile, I have not had to. I feel like almost a little out of breath, a little kind of speedy, a little fast. And your guys' video, I'm pretty sure, is going to be one of the shorter ones. So lots of fast messages coming through. Again, that makes sense. Fast moving energy, but it's not going to overwhelm you. Okay. So now to finish things off, we're going to pull you guys a rune. Yeah. Talk about fast moving energy. Raidho. All right. So, hang on, let me close this. You know what? Raidho talks about travel. You guys are totally going to be traveling. Believe it or not. If you're listening to this right now and you're like, yeah, sure, right. Nope. Come back and comment down below what your trip is, because how many messages about travel can you guys get? That is fantastic. Yeah, you are definitely going to be evolving. That is for sure. You're going to be feeling the effects of the catalyst nature of this spring, whilst also feeling and appreciating the abundance of rewards from all of the hardships that you've gone through prior. You will be cultivating a sense of what makes you feel better in the world than how you have been. You will be learning from past mistakes moving forward and then benefiting from that sense of newness. Wow. Yeah, I can barely keep my breath. You guys are going to be rushing forward. This also talks about the Chariot, which again is a very fast moving energy. It talks about journeying. Wow. Yeah. Okay, well that's pretty cool. Please come back and like comment down below, what is this travel all about? What is it? Maybe you'll start traveling a lot for work. But again, for most of you, I'm feeling that it's going to be traveling for fun. You're going to learn to no longer feel a sense of shame if you have been feeling that when you buy things, when you spend money. You're going to be learning that sense of balance and inner strength and trust with the natural system of things, whatever that means for you. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm gonna have to end this reading here because like I can't catch my breath. This is very exciting energy too, though. So all of these trips that you're going to be going on, and this could also be talking about like mental trips as well. But again, it's like, it's it's travel. You guys are going to be traveling. You might be getting a new form of, like a new mode of transportation. If you got, I don't know though, because if you got AWAS, I would be a little bit more inclined to say that. I see that as being, but because it does mean the Chariot and it does talk about travel, I do see that as a slight possibility for some of you if that is something that you've been wanting. But yeah, you guys are going to start to explore. Pile number 4. What a cool reading. I hope that you guys liked this. I hope that it resonated. If it did, then please comment down below and or just boop that like button so that I know. But otherwise, if you haven't already and your vibes vibe with my vibes, go ahead and subscribe, join the tribe. But otherwise, until next time, my friends, bye guys.